The Far East Ape and FPAC at the moment being very, very hard to contest. And the Far East Ape
does manage to get some good steps here. Takes the shot and gets another point. They don't need 3 players here. Center over to Boogersuva, but gets intercepted by Forge, and Forge comes through. Need to keep Burger Boys off of it. Gex opportunity comes up. Forge running this one down the other end of the field and takes the shot. Narrowest shot of his life coming in. Never mind, he goes in front of goals. Gets right around Boogersuva and gets an equalizing point. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the OSL Grand Final for Open League. How are we, lads? Special guest today, co-casting alongside me, Spar. Say hello to the boys.
Woo! Hello, my friends.
How are we?
Fantastic. I'm hyped. I'm ready. I'm keen. How are you?
Mate, I am feeling absolutely grand right now. I am looking forward to this matchup between FPA and Game of Thrones.
It's going to be a very close game, I reckon.
Yeah, these two teams have worked and grinded their way down to this last grand final right here, right now. They've put in a lot of work and a lot of effort on the field, and it's really paid off with all of their performances.
Oh, yep, for sure.
So
definitely, no, it'll be a very close game, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of them have a pretty similar playing style from what I've seen. They like to make good use of the field. They like to go around. They like to do a whole bunch of stuff, movement. They all play very wide and maintain very good formations. So, with any luck, we should be seeing a very high-quality game.
Oh, definitely.
Should we just jump straight into the statistics before we, talk more in depth about the two teams?
I suppose so.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get right in there, huh? Let's start off with the most likely candidates for the offensive counterparts of these teams. All right. First up, we will take a look at these two players here, Boog Receiver and Blister, who will be going by Bliss in-game. So for Boog Receiver, we can see that obviously the standout statistic for a lot of these players is the passes. This is the biggest number on the graph, pretty obviously. The average is 149 passes, but Boog Receiver has 290 passes, compared to Blister's, let's go and get that one up, 236 passes. So Boog Receiver, a little bit more of a team player in that regards, but he's still pretty good in just his pure offensive capabilities as well. With 89 goals versus Blister's, let's go ahead and get that one up, 48 goals, which is pretty high up compared to the average of 26. So both of these two players seem to be pretty big in the offense, don't they, Spar?
Oh, no, definitely. And you can see that these teams obviously are in the final for a reason. They're proving that they're the top of the bunch with their playing as a team, especially, with all the passes. I know with a lot of those players on those two teams, they also have quite high passes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They're making a lot of use of that field, and they're just making use of the rest of their team. However, that's not all that there is to Slapshot. There's also a lot of one-on-one opportunities here and there, and that really reflects in takeaways, with Blister having 150 of those, a very big number, versus Boog Receiver's 135. So both of them like to press the attack a little bit here and there and get up in their opponent's faces, which is much better than the average of 77. Speaking of possession and pressing the attack and everything, face-offs won Boog Receiver with 43, compared to Blister's 44, so very, very similar in that early possession. So that's very, very good stuff there. Face-offs really coming in big. Oh, Bobby came through with 10 bucks.
Donated 10 Australian dollars. Production fund.
Thank you very much, Bobby. Indeed, that is a production fund right there. And then we just go ahead and take a look at the funny statistic that I put up, the post hits. I put this in because it's funny. Yeah, I like reflecting on these. Blister with 19 compared to Boog Receiver, who has easily the highest post-hit count tonight, 43. That's very unlucky. Very unlucky. Taking a look at the saves finally for the O-line, you don't usually see the offensive players get many of these. Boog Receiver having 19 and Blister having 17, so you rarely find these guys back in the back play all that often. Speaking of defense and saves, let's go ahead and look on to the most likely candidates for back play / goalie tonight. For the FPA team, we have Cavalli, who is likely to be back in the goals, having 30 saves, which is falling just short of 34, which is the average, and also having a relatively close to the average goal count as well, 46 compared to 26. Never mind, that's actually pretty high. I forgot just how good that stat was. Meanwhile, we've also got Tej for Game of Throws having a very high save count, 58 versus, what was it? What was Cavalli's again? I need to go ahead and take another look at that. 46. So both very good in defense and very influential in the back play. Tej, however, less likely to have a passing opportunity come from him. 166 passes versus Cavalli's shockingly high 242. So making a lot of usage with his teams there. Very good stuff. Takeaways, I feel like that this statistic is either insanely good for Cavalli or just a little bit fobbed here and there. Might have gotten it wrong. But still, I'm going to go with Cavalli, 178 takeaways. Huge stat. If that's right, and I haven't gotten that wrong, then that's phenomenal stuff. Meanwhile, Tej with 55. Still very good and very influential in the game in general. However, those early face-offs for Tej, huge, 41 compared to Cavalli's. Let's go ahead and pull that up. 58, which is also very good. Just in general, and of course, we've got the post-hits. Post-hits, 22 to Cavalli, and for Tej, we have 9, so very accurate. Very, very good. Any comments on this, Spar? Just the team comp that you're seeing so far?
Oh well, no, it's great that like Cavalli, even though he, if I'm looking at the stats right, he was one of the highest scorers in the regular season. Yet he's still making those saves, which is great. So he's able to, he's playing multiple positions while like Tej is definitely an out and out goaltender, and he's able to rack up those saves.
Yeah, of course.
Fantastic.
And then,
solid players.
Yeah, very solid players. You can see the FPA making good use of those rotations and trying to spread out that load evenly. Yeah.
And then, good team.
Yep, and then finally, for the last 2 players of the night, I wasn't too sure what to call this category, so I've gone ahead and called it utility. Let's go ahead and take a look at these utility players. We have Jason for FPA, with a bit of a lower than average pass count, 123 versus the average 149. And we also have Dut, who has quite possibly the highest pass count in Open League at the moment, 305. Huge stuff. Meanwhile, for goals, we also have 47 for Dut. And for Jason, we have 10 goals. So a bit lower there. Dut seems to be a bit more aggressive and able to work around the field a bit more than Jason, but still, all in all, good stuff from both players there. And then finally, we have takeaways for Jason, 59, looking pretty aggressive there. However, Dut absolutely blows that out of the way, 126. My word. Dut is very influential on the field, very aggressive, and moves around a lot, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
Finally, we have the face-offs. Well, actually, no, not finally. We have face-offs 1, 32 for Dut compared to... let's go ahead and pull this up. I'm tabbing around a lot, so it takes a little bit. 32 to Dut versus 34 for Jason. So pretty even there in terms of the face-off. And then finally, of course, post-hits. Jason, pretty accurate as well. 8 post-hits compared to Dut's 22. So pretty high, but still not quite as high as that other one that we saw.
No.
And then finally, let's go ahead and compare these 2 teams against one another as a whole throughout the season. For the... hold on, I've lost the... There they are. We're good now. Alright, in terms of wins, this is the, the most embarrassing statistic. Very small on the left. Very small bar graphs. 16 to 13. Game of Throws. Throwing a few matches there leading up to their name, but even still... relatively close and pretty close together on the ladder there. We've also got goals, 147 for FPA versus 118 for Game of Throws. So FPA is clearly being able to find some more opportunities here and there. A differential of 61 to 47, so still FPA are in the lead. Same thing with the shots, 388, a lot of opportunities compared to 277 for Game of Throws. But then we have the saves, where Game of Throws actually comes up and pulls ahead. 105 compared to 72. So Game of Thrones are looking to probably win this game through defense, I would argue, considering that they get less opportunities, and it really just comes down to whether or not Game of Thrones can outsave this game and stop their opponents from scoring points. Meanwhile, we take a look at the pass count, 718 for FPA versus 719 for Game of Thrones. Very, very close statistics there. Very, very close. Both teams looking to make use of a lot of the field and probably able to do it just about the same in terms of quality, right? Like that high pass count really reflects all of that positional stuff.
Exactly, and proves, why they're in the final, working as a team so brilliantly.
Absolutely. Both teams working just about as well as one another, to be honest.
Yep, exactly.
Alright, and with all of the statistics done, we'll go ahead and flip back to this scene over here. There's not a hell of a lot more to do other than wait for the game to commence. Currently 8:01. Hopefully the lobby starts up pretty soon, although there is a few talks down in the chat, I believe, about Tej having some PC problems here and there.
There might be a lobby up, I think. I think they're just waiting on everyone to get in.
Yep, the lobby is up. I have the password now. Lovely stuff. Let's go ahead and get into there. Have you got the password, Spar?
Oh, I don't. No, I've been left out, it seems.
Alright. No worries. I'll send that over to you now.
Great.
Hopefully they stick with the same password.
Otherwise I'll be out of the loop.
So yeah, just seeing the team comp tonight, we can already tell that there's going to be a lot of emphasis on moving the puck around and also just defending from Game of Thrones.
Definitely.
Yeah. I would argue that the best opportunity for Game of Thrones to win this would be from defense and just trying to capitalize on, good saves, making crucial plays when they come up, etc., etc.
Exactly. Trying to hit those fast counters while they're all up trying to score.
Making good use of a narrowly compressed offense with a wide defense/passing opportunity. Just really trying to work their way around the opposition.
Exactly. Lots of passes I'm expecting.
Alright. Still waiting for one player to join for Game of Thrones. There he is. Tej has come in. Lovely stuff. Let's go ahead and switch over to the actual game scene now. We are very close to this match starting. We'll go ahead and hit the ready up button so that we will let them know that we're good to go. FPA going ahead with Boog, Cavalli, and Jason, as per usual and as scheduled, I should say. And Game of Thrones going forwards with Blister, Dut, and Tej. I believe that they are making fun of my ability to severely mispronounce names there.
Who? I want to know who.
Alright, either way, looks like that the game is very soon going to start. Just waiting for Game of Thrones players to ready up here. Let's see if I can turn you up a little bit more, because you are a little bit quiet, Spar.
Too quiet? I might be far away from my microphone. You can come in a bit closer, but...
Maybe. Yeah, I've already got you turned up to 200%.
Oh, that's probably... Maybe turn me down and I'll move it a bit closer. Move that away. Hang on, this might be a little bit better.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's good? Sweet. Okay, you can hear me now. You can hear me.
Perfect
Hopefully
stuff.
Too sick.
Alright, all players seem to be ready up. Just waiting for Cavalli to hit that big start button now. There we go. Just letting them know. They seem to be asking questions. I forgot to get the poll running, so I'll get the poll running in the next period.
So I've got a lot of games to play through, so you got the time for it.
Exactly. Jason and Tej starting off the grand final for FPA and Game of Thrones right now. Possession seems to be going in favor of Game of Thrones right off the bat a little bit. Dut going over to Tej, but it ends up with a bit of a clear there. No immediate plays available for Game of Thrones. Puck ends up with Dut trying to find that line, but again, not quite able to find it. Just some very close calls at the moment near goals already right off the bat. Game of Thrones looking to put on a lot of pressure right now. Very, very early stuff here from Game of Thrones. FPA trying to look to take this one away from Blister, not able to though. Ends up with Cavalli back down behind goals. Pass over to Jason. Very good line there, but not able to get past the defense of Game of Thrones there. As I was saying earlier, Game of Thrones will be looking to outplay the FPA with their defense and just try and keep those pucks from going in. Meanwhile, we have Tej in the back play already right off the bat, looking for a pass over to Blister, finds him, does manage to get a step, not able to get the finish on it though. Jason with the puck goes for a clear, ends up with Tej, goes straight for goals, and Boog back in goals. Again, just in a defense, lovely stuff there. Right now, Cavalli ends up with the puck. Dort almost manages to get that away from him, and Cavalli scores the first point of the game.
No, it was a great goal. I was quite surprised. You know, I've noticed for the first minute and a bit that FPA have been on the defensive side, having to take a few shots, but they finally managed to score one.
Exactly, the pressure from Game of Thrones mounting as Blister comes in with a little bit of a cheeky step there. Beautiful. Oh my god. Very good stuff there. Game of Thrones quickly answering back to FPA's single point. Dort at the moment coming back up from behind goals, looking for a pass over to Blister. Does manage to find him, trying to look for a center. Goes back to Dort, not able to make the shot though. Cavalli, bringing this one up and around, looking for a line over to Boog. Doesn't look like he's trying to find him, though. Not able to. Ends up back down behind goals for Game of Thrones at the moment. Puck ends up with Blister. Looking for a pass around Boog. Does manage to find it and sails straight past Jason in the goals. Right now, Jason and Blister on the face-off. Tej right now with the puck. Jason and Boog receive. There's a lot of confusing stuff going on there with FPA. A lot of contests going on between pretty much all of the players on the field there, actually. Either way, right now ends it with Boog looking for the shot. Not able to find it, though. Right. Very, very good save there. Again, Game of Thrones trying to get through this with defense and just taking those opportunities as they come. But they are mounting a lot of pressure, just really forcing FPA into a defensive position here. Another shot on goals ends up with Jason having to get back in defense. A lot of defensive work in this game, especially from FPA so far. Again, still being pressed up and forced back into their own goals. The Game of Thrones offense is just relentless at the moment. Dort goes around to Blister, looking for a line back up to the rest of his team, not able to find it. Ends up with Boog. Very good self-pass around boards there. Ends up with a shot on goals, a little bit too wide. Ends up with Tej getting this one. Looking for a clear. Jason clearing again. Blister over to Dort. Dort trying to find a line there, but Boog receiver, very good. Just standing that one, blocking it. And Tej has to go for a clear there. Ends up with Cavalli going over to Boog. Boog trying to get this one over to Jason, but ends up with Blister. Blister coming up with this one on his own. Opportunity here for Dort. Not quite. Tej can't find a line. Looking for a pass to the rest of his team, maybe. But it ends up with Cavalli with this one. Cavalli over to Boog. Boog with another clear. Blister going over to Dort, trying to look to find some more passes and just mount some more pressure on FPA, forcing them into an even more defensive position than they were in already. But ends up with another clear there from FPA. Puck ends up with Blister. Goes to the center of the field, over to Cavalli. Cavalli might be able to make something of this. Ends up with Boog receiver, not able to get a play off of it. And it ends up with Boog again. Looking for a center over to Cavalli, maybe. Not able to find it, though. Ends up with Blister. Runs this one over to Dort. Dort trying to find the quick shot there. But again, doesn't quite end up the greatest that he could there. Tej looking to send. Oh, no, not looking to center this one. Runs it in himself. A lovely wrap there.
Pressure of Game of Thrones is far too much at the moment for FPA.
Exactly, did Tej. Got a little bit cheeky there and very confident. Actually managed to pull that wrap off. You don't see many of those in Open League. Boog right now with the puck. Goes for a pass over to Cavalli. Not able to find a line. Ends it with Tej and Cavalli contesting back then behind Game of Thrones' goals right now. Puck still back there. Ends it with Tej. Getting some good bumps off. Just trying to give Tej just that little bit of extra time that he needs to find a pass and his man Blister up on the other side of the field. But more possession has been overturned over to FPA at the moment. Blister, again, getting some good takeaways here. Really just limiting the possession that FPA are getting. But it's still relatively back and forth at the moment. Blister with the shot. Very good angle, but an even better save there. Very impressive stuff. Tej going back over to Dort. Dort looking to find a line, but way too wide. Ends up with Blister getting into the center of the field. 10 seconds left to go in the period. Goes by very, very quickly when the game is just entertaining. Bringing this one up. Goes for the shot. Ends it with good block there by Cavalli. And that's the end of the first period. FPA 1 to Game of Throws 3. Very good stuff there. Very good stuff. Again, Game of Throws still looking to make still looking to what's the word? Defend this one out back in Coles.
Oh yes, definitely. No, it's not what I expected to be the start of the first period, but it's been very fun to watch.
Exactly. FPA being forced into a really defensive position here, just trying to just trying to make the saves, but Game of Throws has been taking the opportunities that they've been getting and just surviving through whatever FPA is able to put on them. And it's really kind of worked out in the opposite fashion here. FPA being forced into their goals a lot, while Game of Throws have been given quite a lot of opportunity to just work their way throughout the entire field.
Oh, exactly. Like proving that, their passing is so good.
Just some words in chat going around at the moment. People moving around in their houses. Wi-Fi, Ethernet, blah, 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 stuff like that. So we'll give them a little bit of time to go ahead and establish that. Yeah, Slapshot obviously being a very ping-heavy game. We can see how that would be pretty influential to someone's performance.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, just playing with low pings of like 40, 50 is already hard enough.
Yes, no, that's what I live on pretty much. I'd love the luxury of getting to play on 8 ping, but it feels to be almost like practice mode. Would be nice one day.
Mate, that would be the dream. Alright. Player left for FPA, just waiting for them to rejoin. Probably just still moving around the house, getting to the right routers and stuff.
Gotta get the best connection you can.
Exactly. Yeah, not too much to talk about here. FPA obviously forced into a very, very defensive position. Game of Throws looking really dominant so far. Definitely. I wonder what the possession stuff says. Actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and check out the possession just for this match so far. Now, let's see here. Hopefully, the statistics have calculated in the correct fashion here. Should be pretty quick and easy to check out. Yes, they have. We'll go ahead and check this out really quick. Obviously, Game of Throws, very dominant, 73% possession there, with 10 takeaways as well. Very, very big stuff. Only needed 1 save, so I must have been very wrong about that. FPA, very, very pressed up in defense with 8 of those. Meanwhile, shots, 11 opportunities for Game of Throws compared to 2 for FPA. And again, just those face-offs, early possession going towards Game of Throws, and they're just keeping possession going their way. Very, very impressive stuff from Game of Throws so far. And again, just making good use of the field, 24 passes to 7. They're very, very dominant in terms of their wide play at the moment.
Oh yes, definitely.
Alright, let's go ahead and get back to the game. Looks like that all players are in and ready. We'll just go ahead and put the R in chat so that way they know we are too. Very, very close to the game starting. I believe Blister, now the owner of the lobby, just has to press the button to go. Here we go. Launching now. Getting into the second period. Remember, this is a best of 5, by the way. So winner of this game here will get a... I'm not sure what I'm going to say anymore. They'll get a little bit of an advantage going into the rest of this matchup.
Oh, exactly. They'll feel a bit better about themselves, knowing they have a game in hand.
Exactly. That 1 point difference can really make or break a situation, especially when pressure is making such a big influence in this game here. Because the amount of time the Game of Throws have had that puck and moved it up to the other end of the field and just kept taking shots relentlessly, it's uncountable. They've got 73% possession for a reason.
Exactly.
And it really reflects in their gameplay as well.
Very well.
Yeah. Very, very solid performance from Game of Throws so far. And even better from Blister! Oh, what a beaut!
That was a nasty chip. Right over Jason. Just couldn't reach it.
Oh, that's phenomenal stuff. Game of Throws even capitalizing on that there. Blister running that one around. Puck ends it with Tej in the center of the field. Pass going over to Do, not able to find the line though. Blister has to get that one back. I think Boog Receiver might have batted that one back, but the result's still the same anyway. Tej passing to FPA, it seems. Boog Receiver being recipient of that one twice in a row there. Boog Receiver back with the puck, back now behind his own goals. Blister comes up with it though. Good takeaway, trying to go for a wrap there. Not able to find the line though. Tej trying to get around Boog at the moment, but a lot of pressure in terms of FPA at the moment. Puck ends up with Jason, goes for a clear, and it's going to get back to Do it again. Can he get some possession here? Looks like he will. Steps around Cavalli, looking for a center over to Blister, maybe goes to Tej. Not able to find him though. Tej over to Blister around boards there. Blister looking for Tej again, but it goes back over to FPA. Comes out in the center of the field. Blister might be able to get this one over to Tej. No, he'll take the line himself.
Wonderful.
Oh my goodness.
Blister.
Blister with
nice.
2 pearlers. Jeez, okay, fair enough. Boog Receiver right off the face-off. Huge immediate pressure for FPA there. But still no points. 1-5. Game of Throws are up heavily. Might even be up again there. Very close call. But FPA coming in with another save there, keeping that one from going in. Saves aren't enough though, because Game of Throws keep connecting with their passes. Oh.
So clinical in front of goal, and just the passing around and then into the front is just obviously proving to work so well for them.
It's phenomenal. It's really good. I've seen Protein. Oh, okay. Okay then. Fair enough. Boog Receiver finds a very good line. I thought that rebounded off of someone's head there. But no.
There was no keeper and he took his chance.
Yeah. Jeez, fair enough. Puck ends up with Boog at the moment, trying to get around Tej, not able to. Goes around over to Blister. Back behind his own goals. Puck sitting up strangely a little bit here. Sat on top of Tej's stick there. I thought that would have gone in if it was sitting up normally. Very, very close stuff. Ends up with Boog Receiver taking possession of this one. Sanders over to Cavalli. Almost able to get that receive off and nearly able to get the play. Puck just very slowly went back to the rest of FPA and let Game of Throws come up and contest that one. Probably not what was intentional there, but it is what it is, and the puck ends up with Dut in the center of the field, going for a clear. Blister, almost given an opportunity to crash the net there, and the puck almost flies into Game of Throws' net. It's back and forth now, looking a lot more even than earlier. Very, very close shot again there. Oh, it's really close at the moment. Like, the scoreline says something very different from that early lead that Game of Throws got. But FPA seem to be starting to warm up a little bit here, or Game of Throws are starting to, well, live up to the rest of their name. Let's see here. Cavalli trying to get a pass upfield through Blister. Kind of works, but it ends up getting back in possession of Game of Throws. Looking for a cheeky pass through 2 defenders there to Tej, but not able to get it. Do it at the moment, looking for a pass over to Blister, not able to find the line, ends up with a clear over to Cavalli, trying to run this one up himself, does get around Tej, but has to go for a clear, giving more possession back to Game of Throws, but Dut does pass straight to Boog, who almost crashes the net again. Game of Throws seem to be kind of letting FPA start to get back into the game here. It's probably not what they're trying to do, but, you know, they might be starting to live up to their name, to be honest, Game of Throws. Yeah, they've got to keep this offensive pressure up and, most importantly, maintain that possession that they got a huge lead off of the first period. Jason right now goes over to Boog, but Blister with a good intercept ends up with a pass maybe over to Dut. Yes, it does. Dut misses the receive, ends up with Cavalli. Running this one up, pass over to Boog. Can't get past Tej, though. Dut might be able to get past Jason. 2 people back in defense for FPA, and lucky that Boog Receiver was there, because he was the only person stopping that one from going in. Puck ends up with Dut. No, it ends up with Cavalli. And then back to Dut again. Game of Throws seem to be getting very good takeaways at the moment. Just able to steal the puck from their opposition and just make use of the position that it's in. With 2 seconds left in the period, that will about do it. Yes, it will. End of period 2. FPA 2 to Game of Throws 6. Jeez. Game of Throws up with a pretty hefty lead at the moment. just really, really putting on a lot of that just pressure and just making it difficult for FPA to work around them, especially with their offense. It's influential. It's massive tonight.
Exactly.
And here I was thinking that they'd be looking to play this one out with defense.
No, but you and I are the same.
Yeah, something's changed in Game of Thrones.
I've noticed they've been grinding the pubs. They've been grinding all the pugs and all that. They've come ready.
I wonder if FPA have been preparing the same. Probably not from... Oh, no, they've been in pubs. I've heard them. I've heard that they've been in pubs quite a lot. But it looks like the Game of Thrones are winning this one simply because they've been in there more. More experience, a bit more trust, and probably a bit less rust as well, considering how long of a break we had earlier in the season. It was like, what, a month off? Something like that?
Oh, something crazy.
Yeah, it was a crazy long break for both Open and Pro League.
Oh, exactly. You know, definitely needed to play during that time. Otherwise, we'd have lost a bit of that momentum and had to build it back up again for those finals. Been tricky.
Exactly. Puck ends up with Cavalli and Ballista contesting right now. Cavalli trying to look for a way up the field there, not able to find it. Ends up with Ballista looking for a pass back to the rest of his team. Jason ends up with it though. Looking for a line over to Cavalli. Not able to find it. Ends up with Tej trying to run that one up the field. Not able to find it though. Again, it's just FPA being forced back into defense as often as Game of Thrones can get them near their goal. It's hard for FPA to overcome this. They need to be a bit more confident themselves rather than passing and clearing, because Ballista right there almost took advantage of it and tried to crash the net. Wasn't able to get it though. Ends it with Tej looking for another shot. Boo going back down to Jason, or himself apparently. Bit of a miscommunication there. I don't think Jason knew what was happening. Puck ends it with Cavalli, who almost finds a narrow line, but Dut back in defense, getting a save for Game of Thrones. Puck ends up with Dut looking for a pass over to Ballista. Does find it, looking for Tej. Probably could have taken the shot there, to be honest. But even still, it's good to see that they're trying to get the rest of their team into the match and playing the game. Dut ends up with Ballista going over to Tej, looking for a line here. Goes for a clear. Bit too much pressure put on by FPA there. Cavalli running this one up, goes for a pass over to Jason. Jason might be looking to get it back to Cavalli, which he does, who takes the shot. Very good stuff off of boards, but Ballista knew it was coming in defense. 2 saves back to back there. My word, good stuff. Ends up with Dut. Looking to bring this one up. No, overturns to Boog. Oh, Game of Thrones. Oh, mate, Boog receiver there.
Great pressure.
Very, very high quality pressure, but a little bit of an overturn there from, of course,
much confidence, I think.
A bit much confidence. They've been relatively uncontested up in their end of the field tonight. So they've probably gotten a bit too used to that, and the moment that FPA get some of that confidence and start actually, you know, putting their piece in on the puck, they're starting to feel a little bit more pressured there. Either way, 3-6. Pretty big comeback for FPA to be working towards here, and a fair amount of stress probably, looking a bit nervous every now and then. But, you know, we'll see. It's Slap, and this is Game of Thrones after all. Anything is possible with these lads.
Could go anywhere.
Puck ends up with Cavalli, looking to find a narrow shot, but not able to get it. Ends up back down behind net, over to Boog. Boog trying to look for a pass to Jason here. Cavalli has to take this one, though, off of boards. Center over to Boog, not able to receive the puck properly, but, oh, nearly able to come back from it. Oh, Cavalli! Cavalli finds a very good line there, just through pretty much all of Game of Thrones defense. Very impressive stuff there. Puck ends up with Ballista, trying to look for another person to pass to. Ends up with Dut over to Tej. Opportunity here, gets around Jason, not able to find a line though. Puck ends up with Boog and Dut on boards right now. Dut coming around, trying to look for a line here. Tej not able to get the receive. Ends up with Boog receiver running this one. Ballista does get the puck though, off of some good bumps by Dut and Tej there. Very good stuff. The bumps really coming in as a pretty effective team play strategy, especially for takeaways. Probably how Game of Thrones got such a high takeaway stat. Puck ends up with Ballista back down behind goals with a minute left and 2 points in the match. FPA do seem to be able to come back here. With 2 points, it's not that much. It's very possible, especially if they get an opportunity anytime soon. Like now, Boog receiver coming in, crashing the net.
It could be a lot closer. The confidence is so much higher now, you can tell from FPA. They're ready.
Starting to get confident in this matchup here. 45 seconds left to go. FPA just needs some possession. They'll probably get a solid 2 or 3 attempts here, depending on how they move the puck around at the moment. Puck ends up with Cavalli and Tej contesting on boards. Jason comes in and does get a very high quality takeaway with 30 seconds left to go. They've really got to move this puck up the field and have possession of it. Pass goes over to Cavalli, from Jason. Ends up with Tej, goes for a clear. Boog. 18 seconds left. They're going to have to get a shot off, a wild one. Probably from there, not quite there into the field, but like the halfway line or something. 10 seconds. Puck is up. Game of Throws might give them an opportunity. No, they won't. Blister might go ahead and put the finishing touches on this one. No! But the receiver comes in with a buzzer beater!
Oh my gosh. A second to go.
1 second on the clock. Boog receiver comes in clutch, forcing the first game into overtime. Jason and Dut on the face-off for a very intense matchup right now. FPA have worked their way back into this one. Either that or Game of Throws really are living up to their name. Dut not able to get the receive there. Maybe goes over to Blister, not able to find the line. Puck ends up with Cavalli looking for a pass. Not able to get the pass off, but does manage to get a clear. Acknowledges that it was his fault, but, you know, it is what it is. Can't blame him for that. And Game of Throws being put into a defensive situation for the first time in a while right now. Puck really close to their end, and they let it in!
They've won it. What a comeback.
30 seconds into the overtime, 32 to be specific. FPA come in and get a lovely little touch there. Just forcing that one in the goals. Boog receiver, 5 goals. Huge stuff from him. Phenomenal stuff. I thought Game of Thrones had iced that. But FPA comes around with that comeback. Oh my god. Let's go ahead let's go ahead and give FPA their point. A best of 5 good stuff. Right now, let's go ahead and take a look at some of those statistics. Obviously, with FPA 7 goals to 6 in that game there. They actually lost a lot of that early possession, 2 to 13 face-offs. But in terms of passes, Game of Throws seriously dominated. 63 to 29, making good use of that whole field. Going into the saves, FPA again forced back into defense 15 to 7. But looking at those takeaways, Game of Throws again on top of that, 35 to 17. Big statistic there in possession, 61% to 39%. It was very tight, despite the way that the scoreboard looked. And FPA worked their way back into it, admittedly with a bit of a last-minute performance there, just trying to pull through and trying to pull everything together. But they still managed to do it. They still did a very impressive job.
It was great.
A very lovely performance there. We were all convinced, well, sorry, I don't know about all, but at least you and me, Spar, we were convinced that this would be a very defensive game being played. And
definitely, yeah, no, especially with Game of Thrones being so defensive, you know, being 6-1 up into the third period, you'd think it's almost over then. Yeah,
exactly. You'd think that would have been it. But with the amount of, in a way, it has been a defensive game, but just not because of good defense, it's because of good offense.
Exactly. Bit of everything.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that offense there, just the onslaught provided by Game of Thrones, it really pulled them through in those early periods there, but not at the end. FPA grinding it back. It's very impressive. You love to see stuff like that. A nice little underdog. I wouldn't call it underdog, because considering that these two teams are very close to each other in terms of performance, you know, it's hard to say who's going to win sometimes. But when a comeback like that happens, very impressive. Very good stuff.
That 1 second goal was insane.
Dude, Boog receiver came in clutch. Huge stuff there. Alright, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot to do this before the stream started, but I'm going to go ahead and set up that poll now. I saw a bunch of people try to vote, and I finally remembered to put it up. There it is, FPA versus Game of Thrones. Go ahead, give that a vote. Take a look, see Game of Thrones. Oh, I've started playing the stream back on my end. Let's hope that didn't come through for too long. That was an accident. Alright, votes coming in quickly. FPA dominant. 4 votes to 0. I mean, after the first period, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. You know, being 1 point up in a best of 5 series is... It doesn't seem like much, but it is a lot of stress to know that you have to win at least 2 back-to-back to have a chance of
Exactly.
winning. Yeah.
It's a long night for them, so winning that first game is always important, definitely for the team.
Exactly. Game of Thrones not quite having their back pressed up against the wall yet, but it's still a pretty tight match. And they've been putting on a lot of pressure. They've been really good with their offense, forcing FPA into defense, but they've just been a few occasions where they've needed to up their success rate with their attacking plays, and they just haven't quite been able to. You know, they've been putting in a lot of work and a lot of effort. They've been grinding it out, but FPA ultimately coming out on top of that one. It all came down to that Boog receiver goal. I'm sorry, I'm going to keep going back to this, but that 1 second goal.
Too good. It's too good. I loved it.
Mate, I was very excited. I don't even remember if I was screaming during that or not, but I must have been. That was exciting stuff.
I think everyone watching was too.
Dude,
I saw the chat and they were losing it. They were like, wow, crazy stuff.
Oh, that's because it is crazy stuff. You know, they got a right to say that when they see a 1 goddamn second goal. That is, well, as we've seen, game-changing stuff right there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Still waiting on one player to come in for Game of Thrones. Right now, Blister and Dut are there, so just sitting around waiting on Tej. He's currently on his way. Yeah, so not a hell of a lot more to talk about in terms of the performance just now, other than just, you know, reflecting back on some of their statistics that we saw earlier. They're making very good use of the field, both of these teams right now. A lot of passes going around. There's a lot of them. Especially some of those clinical setups by Game of Thrones that we saw. Weren't they like passing directly in front of goals over to the extra mates?
Yep, exactly. Just straight across goals, and they trusted each other. There's always someone sitting at the back post ready to just tap it in. I think they scored like 2 or so goals just from that. It's great.
Exactly. Alright, looks like that they are ready to go back into this one. I'll go ahead and ready up for them so that way they know that I'm good to go. Here we go. Period launching, starting the second game of this best of 5 series. If FPA win this one, then they've only got a single one left to go. Cavalli looking to put on some early pressure as much as he can, running it himself. Didn't see a lot of that from FPA in the last game, but they've started off pretty strong, maintaining some good possession right off the bat. Cavalli looking for Jason, going back down to Cavalli, trying to get himself some more room to work with here, and might find it, getting around Dut, but misses the pass over to Boog. Unfortunate stuff, and it ends up with Blister to retain some more of that possession that they were looking to hold on to last game. Blister with the puck right now. Pass over to Tej, but it ends up with Jason. Goes for a clear. Don't really know if that was the play to go for there. But, I mean, sometimes, you know, you've just got a bit too much pressure placed on you and you need to make something happen with it. Boog receiver goes for another clear, giving Game of Thrones more possession. I don't know if the FPA are looking to try and, you know, just keep that positional advantage up and force them to, like, come out or whatnot. I don't know, but either way,
definitely got the confidence FPA now that they're a game up.
Yeah. With them being a game up, they're going to be a lot more confident than they were before. Exactly. A lot more confident.
You can tell they've started the period a lot faster and with the puck and positionally.
Exactly. Tej, living up to the name a little bit, passing straight to Boog receiver. But he still does get some good possession out, but an intercept by Cavalli ends up with the center over to Boog. Not able to capitalize on the setup, though. Puck ends up back down behind goals for Jason to make a play at it with. Very, very, very delicate pass to Cavalli, probably, but it ends up with Game of Throws with the puck right now. Cavalli looking for a line to Jason, maybe ends it with Do It. Passing back down to Tej and Blister. Wait, Blister will come up with it? No, Cavalli does get the seal. Center over to Boog Receiver right in the middle of the field. Looking to step around Do It. Not able to, though. And ends up with a clear from Do It. Jason right now with the puck. Probably looking for another pass over to Boog. Ends up going straight to Blister, though. A lot of pressure being mounted on by Game of Throws. Yet again, we could be seeing a repeat of the last game that we saw, where Game of Throws might get an early lead. But, I mean, to be honest, it's also looking very back and forth at the moment. FPA have some possession, then Game of Throws. They're looking very even right now. Very, very even. Jason right now with the puck goes for a clear over to himself, I guess? No, Tej comes in and manages to get a hold of the puck. Blister, opportunity, center over to Do It. Ends up nowhere near the center, a little bit too strong there. But it ends up back with Tej anyway for more possession going towards Game of Throws. Game of Throws, again, looking to just retain some of that possession here. Holding on to the puck whenever they get the opportunity to. Really just giving them a few more options here and there to make those finishing plays, passing plays, whatever you want to call them. Game of Throws are looking to capitalize on those opportunities that they get. Do It at the moment with the puck, trying to find Blister maybe. Blister has to come up and contest for this one. But a good pass from Jason gets over to Boog, who might go back into the middle of the field for Jason. Maybe looking for Cavalli. No, back to Boog. Almost gets another shot off on goals. Oh, dude.
So close.
Boog Receiver has been influential for FPA tonight. Really just being up there, being ready to take these passes and take these shots. And it's just huge. Not to mention the rest of the passing players from FPA as well. The other teammates, they're passing straight through. Jason and Cavalli are really, really trusting Boog Receiver to get a lot of those finishing touches and those really single plays that can that really seem to be Boog Receiver's specialty right now.
Oh yes, no, definitely.
Oh, Do It almost gets that one in goals. Very close, but a bit too gentle with a easy clear for FPA. Probably a little bit of panic there, but regardless, we'll see what happens in these next few minutes with a single minute, remaining. Game of Throws almost get a point there, but a bit wide with 45 seconds left on the clock in the first period. Still no points to either side at the moment. Puck right now in the center of the field goes over to Blister. Blister opportunity, not quite where he was looking to go though. Boog Receiver goes for a clear over down to Tej. Tej at the moment just holding the puck with 30 seconds left to go. Might be playing for time a little bit here. Not able to though. Puck ends up with Cavalli on the side of the field. Moving this one around, ends it with a clear. Back down to Blister. Send that one over to Do It. Very close to goals, and there he is, Boog Receiver. Very good stuff there.
Forces it in. Beautiful. It's much different to the first period of the first game. Lots of goals then, but with 10
Kyle
seconds left, and this one was only one
Australian
goal.
dollar.
So
I
a
hate
lot
Spar.
different.
He is such an idiot, totally unfunny
Well.
and no swag.
All right, Kyle had a message for you there. Donated $1 to you, well, to me, Spar, to say that you were not. He does not like you, and you have no swag.
I do not. He doesn't like me, and I have no swag. Ah, it's no good.
Yeah,
That's all I
that's
can do about it, unfortunately.
yeah. Not much you could do about that, mate. Got to get in the swag farm. Ness would know something about that.
Yeah, exactly. Contact her, see what she can do.
Anyway, good performance by FPA there. Just managing to slide in that single point by Boog Receiver there. But all in all, a very tight period throughout the whole game so far. Very, very tight. Let's go ahead and take a look at chat. I saw a message here. Replay system is sick. Thank you very much, my guy. I've spent probably 3 days of just sleep-deprived coding figuring that out. So I'm happy that I got through with that in the end.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, mate. Coding's surprisingly fun. Like I've had to manage a lot of stuff here. Oh, Rabbit comes through with another dono.
Rabbit donated $1 Australian dollar. Bill backer, 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 dabs.
I think that's what everyone is like right now. The support for Boog is crazy.
Exactly, dude.
Man is on a mission tonight.
Dude, he has been a star for FPA so far tonight.
Oh, definitely.
A lot of restarts by the players, though. We've seen a few players that have to leave the lobby, come back in, whatnot. You know, it's how it goes. It's how it goes sometimes.
Slap is a high demanding game.
Pretty sensitive as well. Oh, Irv comes through with 50. Whoa.
Irvon donated 50 Australian dollars. Nice replay mod.
No, thank you very much, my guy. Nothing compared to the work that you put into this game. But, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you very much for coming through with 50.
Thank you, Mr. Irv.
Irv's been huge. Been, like, in contact with a lot of the Slapshot communities. And it's just been,
definitely.
honestly, a very respectable bloke. You know, coming through, doing everything that he needs to. You gotta love him. You gotta love Irv. Thank you very much, my guy. Either way, let's get back into the game a little bit. Got distracted here. Cavalli ends up with the puck, scoring a point.
Whoa.
Very quick into this second period here. Comes straight through with a shot on goals. Didn't get to pay too much attention to the lead up to that one. Got a little bit distracted there. My apologies to Game of Thrones and FPA. They've been playing their absolute heart out, just trying to get up on one another here, just like in terms of points. And we got distracted. Either way, puck ends up with Tej looking for a clear over to Blister. Perhaps no, not able to get it through. Jason putting on too much pressure for him and just gets it over back down behind FPA goals. Game of Thrones goals, sorry, not FPA. Anyway, puck ends up with a clear. Blister and Jason looking to contest here. Blister does keep Jason off the puck for Dut to come in and get a clear off. Ends up with Boog and another clear. FPA seem to be giving out possession over to Game of Thrones at the moment, but they seem to be making use of those very, very high quality plays and just those last minute things here and there. Right now, Blister moving this one, looking for a pass over to Dut. Very, very good pass there, but Dut unfortunately not able to find a line at the end. Tej looking for a pass back to Dut perhaps, ends up with Boog going for a clear. Dut has to go over to Tej here, very close to him, but not able to. Ends up with Cavalli, pass to Jason, perhaps going for the shot himself and finds it!
Great shot.
Very, very good angle there. Puck ends up right with him and just oversteps Blister to get straight past. Very, very impressive stuff there. Cavalli with the puck at the moment, overturns over to Blister. Cavalli has to bring this one back. Not able to all the way though. Puck ends up with Boog receiver down to Dut. Dut looking to find a line here. Very close. Not able to find it though. Blister right now with the puck, trying to get around Cavalli. Maybe looking for a pass back here and ends up with Cavalli forcing it out. Interesting stuff there. Still 3 points up, so whatever decisions that they're making is very much working. Right now, puck ends up with Cavalli going over to Boog. Boog looking to go back down to Cavalli, who's going to try and find a line here. Ends up going straight to Blister. Questionable stuff there, but I mean, you know, in Open League sometimes passes don't quite hit their mark. But even still, for an Open League team, these two teams here are very, very impressive at the moment. Like, compared to when I was playing back in Open League, the
that's
passing
what I was
plays.
thinking as well, exactly. Like, you know, when I was playing Open as well, you just throw the puck down the pitch and hope you score a goal.
Yeah, exactly. It's a much higher quality game that we're seeing there from, you know, compared to what we were playing a while ago. Oh! Unfortunate stuff there from Dut. Cavalli just takes the shot very, very narrow there.
Just over a stick is a great shot.
Just over it. Yeah, a bit of a misstep there, but it is what it is. Game of Thrones seem to be living up to their name. With 1:40 left in this second period, Boog receiver almost gets another one off. Still putting on the pressure!
Oh, the pressure is too much.
Boog receiver! Oh my! Huge pressure.
Shake him off.
Genuinely, Boog receiver has been crashing the net so much and just really, really mounting on a huge offense on Game of Thrones tonight. Huge.
Definitely. Yep.
Very, very impressive stuff. Boog receiver, probably the star of the show at the moment. He's on fire. Absolute fire.
Has been all season. All season. He's amazing. Definitely, like, you can see these players that play in these finals are definitely going to be, well, hopefully playing pro next season.
Oh, absolutely, dude. There's a few of them here and there that like you can pick out and just see easily that they have to be brought up.
See the potential. Guarantee you, pretty much all these people are better than me. So they definitely should be playing pro if I somehow am.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Puck ends up with Blister looking for a pass over to do it. Not able to find it though. Good step from Blister. Gets around Boog. Trying to look for another lineup to do it. Still just staying upfield.
Oh,
and Boog receiver again.
Can't stop him. Can't stop him. How many goals? 3.
3 goals.
Just in this one game.
Wow. I saw a comment earlier a little while ago that Boog receiver has been getting 5 goals a game consistently the entire season.
Oh, I did see that as well. Yes, apparently he's the 5-goal wonder.
Mate, he might actually keep this up. He's gonna keep this up. Boog receiver almost again crashing the net. 6 points up. It's gonna have to be a reverse comeback considering what we saw in the first game here for Game of Thrones if they want to get back into this. Not able to make the finish there either. Has to go for a clear, and that'll be the end of period 2. FPA 6, the Game of Throws 0 this time around. Game of FPA, I'm not sure what it was in the first game that made it so tight, but they've really come through, and they've absolutely ironed this game out, and have been very dominant. Very dominant.
Definitely. They've gotten that confidence up. They got started, and now they're unstoppable.
I don't know.
Strong right now.
I don't know if FPA had warmed up or not, but they seem to be very, very strong at the moment. And genuinely a very impressive performance as well coming out of FPA. Just the team plays, they're relying on one another, the defense is working, everything is just clicking tonight. Game of Thrones experienced a bit of that earlier in the first game, but unfortunately gave way at the end there. It is what it is. You know, they are the Game of Thrones for a reason, and honestly, it's thematically fitting.
It's what makes it so exciting.
Yeah, exactly. This game can go either way, considering that, you know, both Game of Thrones seems to turn off every now and then, and FPA has turned on. You know, they've switched on their monitors, they put on their glasses, they've picked up their mouse, you know. The computer's on now. They're ready to play games.
Controls? I think some of them use controls. I think a couple of them are just sole controller players.
Oh, really?
You're wrong. Maybe that's Game of Thrones. I think Game of Thrones, some of them play on just controller.
Interesting stuff, actually, yeah. I didn't consider that they were like full-on controller players. I'm just so used to the, you know, good old mouse and cheese board method.
Nah, see, I run the hybrid. I do a bit of both. I use the mouse and then the controller. It's the way to go for me.
Okay. I getcha. Puck ends up with Dort crashing the net. Straight up from behind goals, just circles around.
Right.
Could argue that's a wrap, yeah?
I'd say that's a wrap.
We'll call it a wrap, mate. There you go. Puck ends up with Jason off of the face-off, overturns over to Dort, looking for a line there on goals, and able to find it. Boog receiver has to send this one back over to Cavalli. Does end up with the clear. Ends up with Tej. Interesting choice, goes straight back for Cavalli. Lovely center. A little bit too strong there, but even still, he's claimed that it's his fault, that one. Mate, back yourself a bit more. That was an absolute perler of a setup, I'd argue. Blister opportunity. Jason comes into the defense there. Good choice. Really just limited his options and forced out a clear back down to his own side of the field. With 3:20 left in this period right now, Game of Thrones really have to work for a comeback. 5 points down. It's a big struggle for them at the moment. A big struggle. You know, 5 points. 5 points is hard enough to come back from in any game. Any game. But especially when you've been pushed with your back against the wall in a best of 5 with, you know, already a point down in the series, it's going to hurt. It's going to be a tough comeback. Puck ends up with Jason for FPA, maybe. No, ends up with a clear, kind of. I'm not sure what to call that, actually. Either way, ends up with Boog receiver. Comes in for that.
It's going everywhere at the moment, I think.
Just bouncing back and forth between players and a lot of mess on boards right now. Right now, puck ends up with Jason, who goes for a clear down to Tej. Boog receiver tries to come in on that one. Ends up with Jason again, centered for Boog. Can he get around Dort? Yes, he can. Can he crash the net? No, not quite. Almost through another two, but almost through another two. Oh. Dude, FPA, Boog receiver has been so strong. He has been... He has been...
A unit. He's a unit.
He is a goddamn brick shithouse tonight. He just crashes the net, comes in. It's like the defense doesn't exist to him.
No.
He just ignores them. It's the same thing every time. Run it straight at them, take the shot. And it works.
It work. Good work. Yeah.
Really impressive stuff. Yeah, they are 6 up. Puck ends up with Tej at the other end of the field, looking for a line to the rest of his team, not able to. Oh, Boog receiver again! Putting on that pressure onto the defense. Dude looking for a pass back, not able to get it. Ends up with Jason on the other end of the field. Over to Blister. Blister, opportunity to set this one up. Dude almost gets to receive.
That would have been...
Well, that's another post-it for Cavalli there. We'll have to update those stats.
He's racking them up. He heard you talking about him and he wants more.
Blister with a pretty wide shot there. Whoa! Oh. Never mind, I was a play behind there. Very good pass from Boog over to Cavalli, who just taps that one into goals. Oh my goodness. Cavalli goes for a clear there, ends up with Dort. Going over to Blister. Blister gets a bit of a clear off, but it ends up straight with Cavalli right now. Looking for a line over to Boog, perhaps. Boog does come in on it. He is aggressive tonight. 6 points up still, 7-1. Game of Throws, I dare say that that's pretty much this game iced off. 45 seconds, 6 points. They require a miracle. What just happened in goals there?
It came off about like 2 posts and 4 people.
2 posts, 4 people, and hovered on the line. That was... Oh, you don't see that every day. You do not.
No.
Either way, 30 seconds left to go. I'm almost certain that FPA have won this one. The rest of this period is probably just to, you know, put on some finishing touches to the game. And really just for honor.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. 10 seconds left. Blister, another shot, but a bit too wide. Puck ends up with Jason, who might be looking to get a point there, not able to. And with that, that is the end of the second game. FPA.
Wow.
Very impressive stuff from FPA.
Very, yes.
Boog receiver didn't quite get the 5 that he always gets. But,
he got the 2 assists, so add it together. And he was involved in 5 goals, so it counts.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some more of those statistics. Hopefully they are, again, calculated on the right sides. I believe that they will be. Yes, they will. We will give FPA their well-deserved point there, forcing Game of Throws into winning a reverse sweep here. They have to win 3 games in a row. And just something tells me that that is not quite going to happen tonight.
It's tricky. You never know. They might be able to pull a miracle off here. Be good for entertainment, but I'm not sure how they'll go with FPA being so strong right now.
Yeah. Again, just going back to some of these statistics, Game of Throws are really just missing out on ironing and finishing off those last plays there. A 50% to 13% goal score success rate. FPA massively dominant in that regard. 3 to 7 face-offs, so Game of Throws did get some early possession and tried to keep up with the passes, 36 to 32. But the shot count just made a big difference as well, 14 to 8. FPA really just leading with the offensive there. Meanwhile, taking a look at saves, 7 all, so in terms of defense, they're being pressured about the same, but it seems that Game of Throws just aren't able to actually, you know, finish and capitalize on those opportunities that they've been given. But one thing that they can take away is that they, well, I guess they can't take away because they are down by 2 on takeaways, 22 to 20. I was going to jump over to possession, but then I saw that one there. But anyway, going over to possession, as I was talking about before, 128 to 99, 56% to 44. Game of Throws are just barely up with that statistic right there. So still very solid performance coming out from Game of Thrones, but it's just not able to stand up to FPA at the moment.
Just can't finish those chances right now.
Yeah,
Getting as much as they need, and unfortunately not able to convert.
Exactly. They're just struggling a bit to work around the rest of FPA, and like they can maintain the possession, they can do that, but they need to be able to finish on those passes.
They need to do everything.
Yeah, you know, like you can hold on to the puck as much as you want, but if you can't make a play with it, then that's about it, really. You know, there's not much you can do if you can't make plays. Now, either way, while we're waiting for players to join into the lobby, we'll go ahead and go back and take a look at the poll results right now. FPA pretty dominant, 70% of the votes, 12-5. Crowd's pretty confident that FPA have this one. Still 5 votes for Game of Thrones. I reckon that they were lodged a bit earlier. So, you know, I'll probably go with the crowd's decision on this one. 2 points up in the series. All they've got to do is win one more. That's all it is.
One more, and they've won.
One more game. And that will be it. FPA would have won the Season 11 OSL Grand Final. That's all it takes. Game of Thrones, though. Sorry, what's up?
Not much. Only have to win 3 games.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot left in the game for Game of Thrones.
Oh, yes. It's a long grand final period, I know, especially if you're forced into those 4 or 5 games having to be played. It takes a toll.
Yeah, exactly.
It definitely takes a toll.
Exactly. It's going to be hard for them to come through here and just play out the rest. Ooh. Maybe not. Blister right off the... Not off the face, sorry, but very early in the period. Lovely takeaway there. Whew, 15 seconds in, Game of Thrones are up. Dort at the moment with a puck, trying to look for a line to the rest of his team, not able to find it, ends up with Boog trying to get this one down, but not able to get the puck away from Dort. Trying to keep that one simple there, I think. Didn't move his stick too much, and instead just let his opposition player fall off of him a bit there. Puck ends up with Cavalli back down behind Game of Thrones' goals. Maybe looking for a setup over to Jason. Can he get it out? Yes, he can, over to Boog receiver. Now, we all know how lethal this bloke can be, especially in the offense. His statistics for the rest of the season reflected that as well, so he's always been a very offensive player.
He's great.
Blister looking for a pass, ends up with Cavalli. Oh, very good stuff.
Beautiful. The turn and the chip off the post, that's great.
For just a second there, I thought that was wide. For just a second there.
Thought he was trying to rack up more post hits, but he got both, the post hit and the goal. 2 for 1.
A 2 for 1, you know. Ooh, actually, maybe a 3 for 1. Oh,
he's going to force it in. Very close, but he's still there.
A lot of pressure being put on the Game of Thrones defense right there. FPA just really confident and keep running it up to the net and crashing. It's hard to overcome those situations in the defense. Especially when you're at this level of play, it's...
Yep. A lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure. You're a point down in the series. That could be the moment to make and break, like, the rest of your season. That could have been it, you know? A singular point. If that's all the difference that this match makes, that would have been it. And I'm sure that those thoughts were running through Game of Thrones' mind there as they just piled on the defense. They were very close to own goaling, I'm not going to lie. Like, scarily close.
They're feeling, like I said, they're feeling the pressure a bit. Being 2 games down, they've got to win this one to stay in the competition. They've got to get the reverse sweep the 3 games in a row. So obviously, they're feeling quite pressured, but who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Tej, though, not quite feeling it as much as the rest. That was perfectly lined up. FPA's defense there did get in the way, and they are back down the other end of the field, where FPA have yet another opportunity to force some more pressure onto Game of Thrones at the moment. Jason looking to get this one over to Cavalli, maybe. Ends up with Blister. Good intercept. I would say that it was probably a worse pass by Jason, though, to be honest. Puck ends up with Tej across the other side of the field, going over to Blister. He's wanting those post-hits. He wants those post-hits.
His numbers weren't high enough. He saw Cavalli's and he saw Boog's and he's like, I need more. It's a game. Contest.
Puck ends up with Cavalli right now. Goes over to Boog receiver. Trying to look for another line here on goals. Very confident in himself. You don't see Boog receiver passing all too much. He does land some pearlers every now and then. But you love to see him in that offensive finishing position. You know, when he's just ready to take that pass, ready to find that line. He's really just a bit of a marksman with the puck. Jason not able to get the receive off of that one. Could have potentially been points if he'd gotten around Tej there. But ends up back behind Game of Thrones' goals. Pass up to Tej, going over to Blister right now. Trying to get that one out to the middle of the field. Cavalli whiffs the receive there a little bit, but he does end up with the puck. Goes over to Boog receiver, back around to Cavalli through a rebound off of Blister's head there. Surely that's a concussion. Puck ends up with FPA in possession now. Jason trying to get to Cavalli, but good intercept. Puck ends up in the middle of the field, hovering in front of goals. Good clear by FPA, end up with Cavalli taking a shot, bit wide, but still ends up with Boog receiver rushing offense right now, trying to strip the puck away. Can he get a takeaway? No, he can't. Ends up with Blister running this one up. Looking for Dort. Ends up with Jason, though, not able to find Dort with that pass. Nor the goals with that shot. Very close. Ends up with Blister back down behind Game of Thrones. Goals over to Tej. Tej looking to get this one into the middle of the field, trying to get some more space to work with. Ends up with a clear. Don't know if that was quite the play that he wanted to go for there. And it ends up with Dut back down behind goals. Opportunity does find a very narrow line.
He squeezes it in.
Oh my goodness. Dut comes in and just gets that one in before Cavalli seals that line. Cavalli probably had the right choice there, just trying to come in on that one and cut off any way for that line to come in, but he just wasn't there quick enough.
Just a little bit too slow, yep.
In the end, he forced that one in. It's not quite the play that you want coming out of FPA, but, I mean, you know, Game of Thrones, they're a point up in this first period. This is...
They're looking for it, and they're definitely looking for it.
Yeah, maybe the nerves aren't getting to them quite as much as we think they are. They seem to be going back and forth here and there between FPA and Game of Thrones, especially just in how dominant they've been. You know, this one's looking much tighter than the first and the second game.
Oh, yeah.
Much tighter. You know, in there, there were clearly people who were, you know, up on top of the others, up on top of the opposition. You know, there were times when FPA looked like that they were just in the lead, and when Game of Thrones looked like that they needed to, like, pull through and whatnot. But this time around, it's back and forth.
A lot tighter, no, definitely.
Mm.
It's an interesting game to watch. Not sure how this will end up.
Tej right now in the center of the field, trying to look for a way around the FPA defense on his own. Blister back down behind them. Going back around over to Blister. Opportunity to set up for Tej. Does get the setup. Has to go back down to Blister again. And they've just narrowed in on one another a little bit too much. Closed in. Tej caught out of the play at the moment. Will get an opportunity to get back into defense. But Blister will run this one up on his own. Ends it with a clear... A slight change in angle there. And that one may have actually gone in. Game of Thrones!
Uh-oh!
Game of Thrones moment. Tej getting that one straight into his own goals. Jason gets
something only Aros does in a grand final. Oh,
oh, you've called Aros out like that.
Oh, that's alright. He's a teammate. He'll allow it. And he can confirm that for me.
Mate, either way, the point for that one went to Jason.
Yes, and I'm sure he'll take it.
He'll take it. He definitely will.
Especially in this this moment, in this grand final, it's definitely needed.
Either way, Game of Thrones leveling up the playing field for FPA. They're 2 points all at the moment, with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here. Second period, again, you know, if FPA pull through with this one, that's the end of the Open League series. Puck ends up back down behind goals with Blister right now. Trying to look for a way out here, not able to. Ends up with Jason, goes for a clear over down to Tej. Looked like he wanted to come in on that one. And Jason gets this one back over to Cavalli. Clean possession, very good step. Huge stuff over to Boog. Not able to get the line though. Mate, Boog nearly had that one as well. Like, it was
rare misses.
It was close. It was very close. Like, obviously the line was nowhere near the goal, but even still... Oh!
Jason brings it back. He felt bad.
Did Blister...
Tried to clear. Just the wrong side.
It was good initial defense there by Jason.
It was,
but
yes, no, definitely. Just got a bit unlucky there. Great shot from Blister.
yeah. Blister, if there's no way Blister was planning for that one, but at the same time, still good stuff from him.
He'll take it. He'll take it.
He'll definitely take it. Absolutely. Puck ends up with Boog for FPA, going over to Cavalli, trying to look for a center here. 2 players for FPA in the middle of the field, waiting to get an opportunity with this puck here, but it ends up with Blister. Jason in defense does manage to deflect that puck away from goals. Good stuff. Again, Blister with an opportunity to pass back to the rest of the game of throws, not able to. Jason with a good takeaway. Going over to Boog, looking for a pass here around to Jason again, making good use of boards at the moment. Blister, opportunity, not able to, ends up with Boog again. Just going back and forth in terms of possession, but in terms of positioning though, Game of Throws were really laying on some pressure there, just forcing the puck to stay within FPA's half. Either way, FPA, very, very good use of a wide open field there. Pass over to Cavalli, just wasn't able to land that finishing shot there with a nice touch on posts. Another post hit to Cavalli for that one. Puck ends up with Tej right now. Overturns over to Boog receiver. Can we see another intercept? No, he doesn't have possession there. Blister, good shot on goals, but an even better save there by Cavalli. Does manage to get that one away. And do it, unfortunately, not able to find a line there on that shot either. Blister with some bumps, trying to keep FPA off of the puck, but Tej can't retain possession.
Whoa.
Cavalli coming through there.
Close game.
Just another takeaway. They keep overturning possession on one another, letting each other back into the game. It's really a battle between, I guess, themselves at the moment. You know, they keep overturning possession and giving their opponents opportunities to get into a more offensive mindset and actually attack. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. A bit of a contest on the boards. They ends up with Blister coming away with it. Very close shot on goals there. Did hit posts, though. Doot looking for a center to the rest of his team, maybe. No, ends up with Cavalli in possession. Still good pressure from Doot, trying to just harass him and lock down that passing line so a Blister can come in and get the puck. Center over to Doot. Can he crash the net? Good clear by Jason. There was a split second in there where Doot probably could have gotten that one. If there was a split second difference is what I meant to say. Doot could have gotten it. Tej right now, where they pass over to Blister. Blister not able to find a line. Puck ends up with Cavalli passing away from everybody on the field at the moment, just trying to retain possession to FPA. Looks like that he will actually get away with it, though. Can he get back on the puck? No, he can't. Blister will get it and goes for a shot, but again, good defense by FPA. Just keeping in this one at the moment. Same thing for Game of Throws. They're both like hanging by threads at the moment. Like every attacking opportunity that they get, they are trying to make use of it.
Oh, exactly. And, you know, of course they want to. Being this close to defeat, they want to make do with everything they can.
Absolutely, yeah. With a single point, by the way, in this series. 2 points to FPA right now. 0 to Game of Throws. It's a best of 5, obviously, so this could still go either way, technically, but to be completely honest, at this point, it's a 50-50, and if FPA win it, then it's all sealed, it's all done. You know, like for this game specifically. For this game specifically, it's a 50-50. You know? And that really is the deciding factor between whether or not Game of Throws get a chance to come back in this one, or if FPA seal it off. Now, these next 5 minutes are going to be very, very hard for Game of Throws at the moment. Like, insanely hard.
Next games after that, even if they do win this one, they've still got 2 more games to then win straight after that. Like, it's a hard task for them.
Yeah, exactly. If there is ever a time where pressure becomes a factor, it's going to be in these 5 minutes. These next 5 minutes are going to be intense. Game of Throws know that this will decide whether or not they go into another game, or if that is it. And it's going to be very hard for them. But I feel like the FPA are also going to get a little bit of that feeling as well. Obviously not as much as Game of Throws. But knowing that it's
they can steal it. Yep.
Knowing that it's right there, and like right then and there, if they get like an open net or something like that, then just sometimes the simplest things become the most difficult thing in the world to pull off.
Those are the scariest ones, the open net, so it's always the hardest to score.
Yeah.
I'll find at least.
Yeah, maybe not in like terms of technical like performance and stuff and skill,
exactly.
but when you know that it's easy and that if you miss, then that's it. It's so much harder to pull off. Not for Blister though. Oh, ho, ho. Blister had a few opportunities there, just didn't take the open net point, but it did come through with that one there. Game of Throws finding a good lead at the moment. 1 point up, still very tight. All FPA need to do is get a single point, and they'll be back in it again. But right now, Game of Throws must be feeling a bit more relief there, in terms of just this point difference is going on right now.
Oh, yes, and yep, definitely.
With 3 minutes to go, they score another one! Do it with an absolute laser!
Takes it off Blister. Nope, I'll have this one, thank you.
Mate, he comes in huge there. Huge stuff. That could be Game of Throws getting back into it. Everyone thinks that there's a reverse sweep incoming.
Confirmed it. He says he's confirmed it.
He's confirmed it, mate. He's in the code right now. He's typing it in.
He's making it work for them.
Blister with the puck at the moment. Back down behind Game of Throws' goals. Pass over to Dut. Can he get a pass back down to Tej? Will end up with Tej anyway. Try and find a line there. Good defend there by Boog receiver. And Dut comes in, makes a little bit of a mess of that, to be honest. But, you know, still ends up with clean possession of Game of Throws. Looks like they may be overturning... Sorry, FPA will be overturning over to Game of Throws. But ends up with a clear. Again, Boog receiver, very, very aggressive at the moment. Just coming in, being very offensive. Coming, like, just charging the defense. Charging the people with the puck. He's really harassing Game of Throws right now. Cavalli with an opportunity to get this one over to Boog, but it will get over to Jason, I think. Cavalli tells him to get out of it. I love that.
I'll have this one, thank you.
He comes in wagging the stick. Move. Get out of the way. This is my one, mate. Blister overturn. No, he will come up with the puck at the moment. Do it. Very good block. Just gives Blister that little bit of breathing room and lets him come in and get a solid clear out. Blister bump on Cavalli. Ends up with Boog missing the receive twice. Blister an opportunity. Tries to get this one over to Tej. Not able to, though. Cavalli does find a line, but it's way too gentle, and Dut is able to defend that one pretty easily. Puck ends up with Tej going around boards over to Blister. Blister, very good setup for Dut there, who's not able to get the receive, and no clean possession. Can't make that finishing touch there, and will have to bring this one back down to Game of Throws' goals, where Tej will have an opportunity here for a pass. Will take the shot instead, but goes straight to Cavalli. Cavalli needs to be getting this pass off here right now. Goes for the shot instead. Don't normally see a shot like that with such a well-set defense there, but maybe he just didn't think that the passing opportunities that he had were the right time to go for them. Either way, the timer currently is not in favor of FPA at the moment. With 50 seconds left to go, they need to score 2 points here. Nearly made a 3-point difference there. But Cavalli in defense. Jason coming through! Oh my goodness! Jason off of boards with a laser!
Oh my gosh.
1 point left in this match. FPA come back here to seal the game, looking slightly more likely. You know, even though Game of Throws are up right now, they are probably feeling rather pressured to get a point off here, just to try and extend that lead.
Game one, definitely. You know, after having such a high lead and then choking it.
Choking. Game of Throws. It's kind of their specialty at the moment. But can they overcome their namesake at the moment? No, they can't! Why did I say anything? Boog receiver.
Oh. He's coming clutch again.
Oh my god, Boog. Absolutely slaughtering them. 10 seconds left. Game of Throws at the moment, living up to their name. They're going to go into OT here. This is going to be the single most stressful moment in Game of Throws' career at the moment. Blister and Cavalli on the face-off. Blister looking to try and finish this one quickly, get a point off. Not able to, though. Do it. Opportunity center over to Blister. Blister nerves starting to get to these players at the moment. Puck ends up with Doot. Looking for Tej maybe. No, not quite. Boog receiver coming up. Opportunity to get this one back down behind Game of Thrones' net. Doot goes for a pass over to Tej. Cavalli does end up coming in on that one and forcing over Doot. Very, very careful and delicate pass there. Into the middle of the feet. Boog receiver. Good save. Absolute MVP. Mate, absolute MVP right now.
That was very close. I would have felt a bit nervous doing that. That's for sure.
Boog receiver coming through, proving that he can do it all right now. Defense, offense. He is the star of the show. Puck ends up with Cavalli looking for a pass. Tej almost gets this one away. Game of Thrones might have an opportunity here. Tej, if he can get this one back, can't though. Ends up with Cavalli, but it does end up with Doot, who goes for a clear there. Turning over possession, probably not the best choice for Game of Thrones. But it is what it is, you know. Game of Thrones do get their puck back, though. Blister right now looking to get around Boog. Does go over to Doot. Can't find a line there. FPA too big in defense. Puck ends up with Tej going for a clear. Jason and Doot, no, ends up with Tej in the middle of the field. A lot of just back and forth between these players right now. No clear winner in possession until right about now, where Jason will come up with this one. Never mind, it goes over to Tej. One wrong rebound there, and that could have been the game. That could have been this game. Right now, any time that the puck is close to goals, we can be certain that these players are stressed. Very stressed. Very stressed.
Just sitting here watching this.
Yeah, puck ends up with Doot at the moment in front of goals. Goes for the clear. I can understand the choice there, despite how it came out. It's very, very tight. Jason right now back behind his own goals. Pass over to Boog. Goes for a clear. Ends up with Tej with the puck at the moment. Bring this one up. Goes around the short side where Blister might get an opportunity to bring this around to the rest of his team. But a clear ends up with Tej in possession right now. Goes for another clear. Cavalli will come up with this one. Blister backing off, trying to mark the pass over to Boog receiver. Scared of what Boog's capable of at the moment. Especially when he gets in that open field with a good line and a good opportunity. Boog is a scary player to go up against right now.
Oh, yes.
Going over to Blister. 2 minutes 50 into this overtime right now. So, nerves probably playing a big factor in some of the missed shots and opportunities. Oh! It comes through! Massive stuff! Dude! Very, very impressive stuff. And with that, Game of Thrones come through, and they are still in this one, ladies and gents. They are still in it. Can we just touch on Boog receiver again? Very, very dominant with the shot count there. 4-1 goal. He wasn't quite as much of a MVP tonight, but he was still very dominant and very, very impressive. But Blister and Doot and Tej, the Game of Thrones blokes, they are coming back into this game.
Yeah, they want it.
Let's go ahead and give them that well-deserved point there. And we'll go ahead and chuck up the stat screen. A much, much closer game. 5-6 goals with a 45% to 46% goal score success rate. So very, very close in terms of the stats as well. 5-9 face-offs. 39 to 64 passes. So Game of Thrones able to make a bit more use of the wider field there. And in terms of shots, 11 to 13, more opportunities going Game of Thrones' way. Probably came in very clutch there at the end. But with 7 to 6 saves, the defense is roughly even. Slightly more pressure placed on FPA there. And 30 to 27 takeaways, also pretty even. Especially in terms of possession, 48 to 52%. That's a tight number. You don't normally see stuff get that close.
No.
Like, I think that I've never actually seen a true 50-50% possession game before in my life. And that could have been a close one to it. Mate, I am loving this matchup right now. 2-1, Game of Thrones coming through in clutch. They've got that confidence now.
They do. They're looking for it.
They have confidence. They have a lot of confidence. All right, let's go ahead and see if they've got another lobby up. Not quite yet. We'll give it another minute or so before they get another one, before you try to find it again.
Probably need a breather.
Yeah, exactly.
Go for a walk, have a stretch.
But yeah, FPA, they've been mounting a lot of pressure. They've been putting on a lot of effort, forcing a very big positional difference, especially in, what was it, the second game, I believe, that they won by a landslide. They've really just been making good use of everywhere. Oh my god, you know what? There was an own goal, wasn't there?
There was.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that was...
Game of Thrones let them back into... let FPA back in. And it made the difference. 2 own goals. Oh my...
Yeah, there was 2, wasn't there? Yeah, there was one on each end. That's right.
Oh.
Jason scored off the own goal and then scored an own goal.
Right. Oh, mate. This is very, very tight at the moment. Like, of course, FPA still have an advantage. They're 2 points up, and that's a pretty big. Sorry, they're a single point up, not 2. I'm starting to go like a bit mental at the moment. I'm getting worn down.
5 does to you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting worn down by just how often this game is going back and forth. You know, it's very, very stressful for pretty much everybody involved, I reckon.
Oh, yes. All right, the lobby's up as well.
Yeah, indeed it is. Looks like pretty much all the players are here. Actually, I take that back. All of them are here. Let's go ahead and get a good view on that right now. Pregame, Cavalli, and Jason in FPA, and Blister, Tej, Dut in Game of Thrones as per usual. Very, very good stuff so far from both of the teams. Game of Thrones, some occasional throws here and there, you know, living up to the name, of course. And FPA looking very much like their what would you call it? The father team? What the owners?
The parent team, like the
the
mentors.
Yeah. Their playstyle really reflecting that of FPS at the moment.
Yes, exactly.
You can tell that they are they're taking after. You're taking after their playstyle.
No,
you know.
FPS are a great team. Oh, boom!
Mate, Boog Receiver heard me talking about the statistics that he got last time. Not 5. Not 5 goals.
Not good enough. He's getting it 5 in 1 period now.
Yep. He heard me say, and now he's come back ready to play.
He's angry.
He's angry. He's angry that he wasn't at the top of the leaderboard. Puck ends up with Blister back down behind FPA goals. Ends up in the center of the field of Dort, taking the opportunity. Ooh. Blister nearly dashed in on that one. That was close. Right now, Tej goes back down to Dort at the moment, looking for a pass. It ends up with Tej off of a rebound of Boog Receiver. Maybe looking to crash the net here.
That's scary.
It's always in front of goals that things get a little bit confusing, isn't it? Always.
Exactly. The communication is so important.
You know, people start backing off, letting other people come in, you know, trying not to overcomplicate. And in the end, it's usually one of 2 things that happen. Either A, nobody goes in and defends.
Oh.
Let's start talking about defense, because Cavalli has come in on the offense.
Trying to one-up Boog Receiver here. He saw his shot, and I'll do the same.
Very competitive FPA with one another.
Sure, they all want that playoff MVP.
Mate, Boog Receiver, they've seen him play, they've seen the skill level that he's up to, they've seen the shots that he's taking, and they want to take that spotlight away from him. Cavalli looking to find Boog Receiver. Not able to get it though. Ends up with Blister back down behind Game of Thrones goals. Looking for a pass. Goes over to center field where Cavalli will take it. Looking for a shot. Not able to though. Dut right now with the puck. Goes over to Blister. Center over to Tej maybe. No, not quite. Jason contesting. Making Blister's job a lot harder right now. Cleared over to Boog Receiver. He might come up with this one if he can get around Tej. No, Tej will get it back down to Blister. Try and look to get this one out again. Boog Receiver does manage to come away with that one. And Dut with a clear, likely a pass over to Tej, but he couldn't quite get the receive off. Set up directly in front of goals, but nobody was there for Game of Thrones to take it. Cavalli, opportunity. Can he get a step around? Do it at the moment. No, he can't. Do it. Will end up with the puck, but Cavalli, the pressure that he's put on and the takeaway. Very clean stuff from FPA at the moment. Do it. Clears where Tej will takes the shot and lands it. Lovely angle there from Tej.
Beautiful. Look at that. Oh, look, that's beautiful. Off the post. He loves those post hits.
Jason did set that one up a little bit for him. A bit unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Jason right now with the puck. Going over to Boog receiver. Not quite able to get the receiver for that one. So no plays came up for him there. But Blister centers over to Dut, who misses the receive. Oh, that could have been it. They could have equalized the game there. But unfortunately, Dut just not able to make the receive. Not able to make the block on that one too. Cavalli just runs it down.
He sent him.
Mate, Cavalli keeps it simple and Tej overreads the play. Mate, I was saying that it's back and forth again, and I'm starting to lose like words for this match at the moment. But it is very consistent, going back, going forth. But FPA seem to just keep making good use of these opportunities that they've been getting. Their performance has been, what can I say, consistent. Very, very consistent. Meanwhile, Game of Thrones has been up and down. They've been a bit all over the place. You know, obviously no offense to them, but they have been both better and worse than FPA as a team and as players. But I guess that's just the nature of a team with the name Game of Thrones, you know? You're gonna have your ups and downs.
You have to live up to the name.
Tej going over to Blister there. Can he get away with this puck? Yes, he can. Running down the short side. Goes for a bit of a clear, likely a shot, but it was just simply not on point there. We'll end up with this one. Can he get it away from Cavalli? He can get it away, but he ends up overturning back to him again. Still ending up with some possession Game of Throws here. Even though it's back down behind their own net, it's still an opportunity to try and bring this game closer. Oof, dude. My apologies. Boog receiver right now with the puck. Not able to get a good pass off there. Unfortunate stuff. Ends it with Tej almost finding the line there, but it hits posts again. Still looking for those increases in the post-hit stats. Cavalli over to Boog.
Great pass.
Boog receiver.
Great pass.
Again, it's Boog. Cavalli, I mean, to be completely honest, I think that shot from Cavalli would have gone in, regardless of Boog receiver being there.
His team.
Yeah, but Boog receiver still was there to just go ahead, clean that up, and absolutely guarantee it. It was a bit of an awkward one too. He caught it like on the
other side of the stick.
On the other side of the stick, yeah.
To drag it in.
Yeah, he had to run that one in with his body between the. Oh, Boog receiver again!
Did the exact same thing, but kept this one out.
And Boog receiver. Over to Jason for the finish. Mate. Oh.
Angle. Unlucky from Doot.
Yeah, Dut's probably upset with that one a bit there. Either way, very good shot there from Jason to ice off the first period. That is a big lead that they've got at the moment. 4 points. FPA in the lead, winning this one right now. Game of Throws, again, it's back to pressure, isn't it? It's back to just having more pressure mounted on them. Because with a 4-point lead is something that's difficult to overcome. Right?
It is.
Yeah, it's difficult enough. But again, going back to how it was in Game 3, that if FPA win this, that's it. That's it for them, you know? So they're gonna have to ignore the series, I reckon. They're going to have to ignore that it's a grand final. They're just going to have to play Slap.
Focus on the game. It's a normal game.
Yeah, focus on what's in front of you, not what it means. You know, react, play, pass. Just be normal, be calm. That's what they've got to do at the moment. And at the moment, Game of Throws might not quite be reflecting that. Blister looking to get around Boog. Does get around him on the short side. Good step as well, but can't get the angle off. Cavalli sender over to Boog receiver. Might be looking for a play to come out of this one here. Can he get the puck back? Yes, he can. Still a lot of pressure being placed on Booga Receiver by 2 defending members of the Game of Throws, who end up getting the puck out and actually going for a clear, giving possession back to FPA. Now, there's been a lot of clears this game where they just let their opponents have some possession here and there, but it seems to actually not be too detrimental for either of the teams at the moment. You know, they're not holding on to the puck, but they're also getting it back pretty consistently. And I think that that's got a lot to do with how back and forth it's been at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah. Jason, at the moment, very delicate clear, not able to get it off, though. Ends up with another clear. Jason and Blister contesting for this puck at the moment, very close to FPA goals, in fact, behind them. And it sets up for Dutt at the moment on the halfway mark. Pass over to Blister, back down behind goals. Can he serve this one up to the rest of his team? No, he can't. Cavalli has to go for a clear, where Booga Receiver will dive on this one. Going very close to Blister there. Not very many passing angles for FPA at that point in time. And Booga Receiver slotting back into defense in front of goals right now. Jason carries this one up, ends up with Dutt getting the puck though, looking for his man in Blister. Cavalli going over to Jason. Jason might be wanting to set this one up for Booga Receiver if he gets another opportunity. Gets over to Booga Receiver anyway, not able to find the line. Very wide shot over to Dutt right now. Dutt back down behind his own goals. Pass over to Blister. Blister opportunity to send this one towards goals. Not able to get some clean possession though, so he can't find the angle, but he will block the shot by Cavalli. Runs it in, actually! Adds another man to the defensive mix there, and just overcomplicates things for the FPA defense. A little bit of luck there, but, you know, that's how Slap goes sometimes. Sometimes just being there is enough to change a situation. With 2 minutes, 22 seconds left to go, Game of Throws on 2 points. Again, it's twos all over the place, and Cavalli gets a shot off right as I'm talking about something else. Cavalli just coming in with that solo play, moving around the defense. It's big stuff. Big stuff for FPA. A 4-point lead going towards FPA right now, with 2 minutes left in the second period. Pressure again coming back on Game of Throws, but they seem to be dealing with the pressure pretty well, and if I may say so, pretty easily, to be honest. You know, they seem to just be playing the game, coming back, going as normal. It's just, you know, Slap as usual for them at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not trying to overcomplicate it too much. Just play the game and see how it pans out.
Yeah, exactly. They were being a bit nervous a while ago, but they seem to have overcome that now. They've got a lot more.
A lot nicer now, yes.
Yeah, they've got a lot more confidence in, you know, some of their solo plays. Again, they've been going back and forth with that as well. They've been going back and forth with that confidence level, and really just, you know, sometimes honest mistakes, and it's really just resulted in the situation that we're facing right now, where Game of Throws need to flip on like that. It's right as I say things, mate. The commentators curse, or in this case for Blister, it's the bless. Moment I talk about just, you know, getting more confident and turning on in terms of plays, he comes through with that.
He can hear you. He's listening.
Got the stream up on the other monitor. Must be pretty confusing. Puck ends up with Dutt in possession right now. Goes for a bit of a clear. Ends up with Jason at the other end of the field. Blister might get an opportunity here to set this one up for the rest of his team. Looks like that Dutt will have to do it, though. He takes the shot himself.
Shot.
My goodness. Dutt comes in. Yeah, his puck didn't look... Sorry, his stick didn't look like that he was taking a very quick shot at all. It actually looked like it came out a little bit slow, but the speed of the puck said something different there. Either way, Tej right now... No, never mind. Dutt will end up with the puck. 30 seconds to go in the second period. Game of Throws are working their way into a comeback right now. Puck ends up with Blister. Delicate pass over to Tej, but it's a bit too wide. Not able to find it. And Cavalli comes back. Oh, it just sat up for him. Good stuff there from Cavalli still. Like, that little redirect there, and especially the pass going up to him. They really saw that one coming. Probably not. Game of Throws definitely didn't, but FPA really were working towards it. Puck ends up with Tej with 5 seconds left to go. He might just be looking to buy some time here. Yes, he will. I mean, to be completely honest, with 5 seconds left, it's better to not make a play and to just kind of like, you know, buy out that rest of the time, especially when you're down by this amount.
Exactly.
I could fully understand the reasoning behind that there, where he's just, you know, run it away, simply so that way they can get into the third period without a bigger deficit. Because of the amount of pressure that they had on them then and there, I reckon that they might have passed into somebody from FPA. That could have like made the situation a whole lot worse for him.
Boog would have been waiting for him.
Exactly. Mate, Boog receiver, he's been huge. He's been huge tonight. There have been several occasions where FPA have come back into it because of Boog receiver, you know, just absolutely being a unit. Both in defense and offense. It's impressive.
Crucial. Yep. He's been everywhere. He's been great.
Exactly. Still third period, Boog receiver and Cavalli in for FPA at the moment, just waiting for Jason to come back. He's had a few disconnects here and there, hasn't he?
He's been running off. Changing his cosmetics, maybe, who knows?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been paying too much attention to the cosmetics this game around. I have been keeping my eyes peeled on these plays.
Too much.
Yeah. He keeps just like leaving, coming back in. Yeah, you're probably right, he is changing cosmetics, I reckon. No, I think he hasn't.
I think he's been rocking the watermelon hat.
You think so? I thought that was Jason the whole time. Puck ends up with Cavalli going for a clear over to Tej, where he will take it. Dut at the moment, looking for a pass over to the rest of his team. Blister might come up with it. No, Boog receiver comes in. But Tej, good step, finds a line, but it's not the right one. It's a bit too wide there. I think it came off of a rebound from an FPA player. A game of throws. They have a big period in front of them. Again, just like game 2, where they got that comeback win. Blister, oh my word. Both sides of the net came up from the left side and shot over off to the right. Oh. Sitting up for Dut.
Oh, no!
Oh, the nerves! They don't know whether to go in or to not. Oh my goodness, dude. There is a lot of nerves right now going on for Game of Throws.
Too much.
Pressure, dude. The time, the period count, the score, everything right now. All of that pressure that FPA has been mounting is...
Oh!
Okay. That is very good stuff there. Just a lovely tap in. That's made the comeback a bit easier for Game of Throws right now. That's going to bring a sigh of relief. A big sigh of relief. Again, they are very close to FPA goals. Mate, could we be seeing third period Game of Throws here? Usually, like, I remember from Pro League, I was talking about third period Chim. You know, he's been huge. This could be third period Game of Throws, stealing whatever magic that Chim used to just, you know, switch on during the last moments of a dying game.
Yep. They've got like they've got the boost from that goal. Hopefully, you know, that gives them the momentum to push through, get a couple more.
They've got Irv's words of wisdom as well.
Oh, exactly, yes. He wants them to win. He said he'll be back from his groceries and is hoping that his game will be in Game 5 OT.
Mate, if it is, we've got to give Irv the prediction trophy, surely.
Yeah, exactly. He'll get his own one.
I'll
also investigate him for rigging the game, but...
Oh! Mate, get that investigation ready because that was impressive.
I have my speed dial. I'm ready. Far out. Great shot.
Mate, off of a rebound on the head as well. That was very good from Game of Throws there. Right place, right time. Probably a little bit of luck there as well, but again, that's all part of Slapshot, isn't it?
All you need. That's all you need.
Exactly. Jason with the puck at the moment. Ends it with Tej crashing the net for Jason. Comes in with a huge save. Dut looking for a pass. Oh. Never mind the shot. Damn, okay, fair enough. Dut just finds that line straight through. What was it? Boog receiver, I think, was trying to get that one. 7 points all in the third period. Game of Throws. Mate, they're like a sponge at the moment. They are soaking up the pressure. It's just not... They're not being phased at all by the time, by the score.
No, they've recovered so well.
Game of Throws, it's the exact opposite. Game of comebacks right now. Because they've had... How many comebacks have they had? They've had the comeback in Game 2. They were keeping it tight during Game 1. And here we go. They've come back again now.
This could go... Oh my gosh.
Another comeback in Game 4, potentially.
They got annoyed. The first game, they had the lead. They threw the game. They said, all right, I'm not doing this again. we're not doing this again.
At the moment with the puck looking for a passing opportunity over to Blister. Goes a little bit too wide over to Tej. He's setting it up for Blister again. Boog receiver needs to come away with possession here. And he does. Can he? Can he get away with it? No, he can't. Looks like the Blister's going to keep that pressure on. Boog receiver does end up with the puck, though, in the end. Mate, the pressure that Boog receiver puts on whenever he's on the other end of the field, it's phenomenal. He comes in, he just keeps harassing, he doesn't back off. And while it's predictable, it's so hard to get around if you let him close. It's so hard. Because that's what it all comes down to, a 1v1, you know? And if you can't... Yep. If you're being pressured so hard that you can't pass, then it really just comes down to whether or not they have the advantage in the situation.
Exactly.
There's not a lot you can do. Blister right now trying to fight off Cavalli, who seems to take the puck away. And it ends up with Dut, who will carry that one. Never mind, he'll go for a quick flick there over to Blister. Puck ends up with Boog receiver, whiffs the receiver a little bit. Blister might be able to find an opportunity here. Boog receiver coming back up with it. And Dut goes for a clear back down to Tej. Tej going around to Blister. Unable to get the receive, though. Ends up with... who's going to come up with this one again? Cavalli. 22 seconds left. FPA need to score a point here if they want to win this and ice it off. If they get a point here, then they go into overtime. But with 10 seconds left to go, Game of Thrones might just play for time here. But no, they give FPA one last attacking chance for this period. Cavalli has to take the shot. Oh, very, very good save there. Game of Throws coming back into this one. The defense from Game of Throws.
Wow.
They even gave FPA one last attacking chance. Irvion was coming through with a reverse sweep easy, as he said earlier.
He delayed his grocery run. He said he's not gone for his grocery runs. He wants to watch this game. He was right. Game 5. Wow.
Going into Game 5 now. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of those statistics before we dive straight into it. 46 to 45% goal score success rate, so very even on these ones. Very, very even. Game of Thrones has been catching up in these last 2 games and has gotten the grand final to the 5th game. This is intense stuff. Taking a look at the face-offs 5-9, Game of Thrones getting some of that early possession and also the passes still very dominant around the field. 39 to 64 passes. Really just making good use of that open space that they've been getting. Taking a look at the shots as well. Just slightly above 11 to 13 shots. Again, Game of Thrones has been giving those occasional offensive opportunities. Fine, and going into takeaways, 27 to 30. Game of Thrones still up in terms of that. And it kind of reflects in their possession as well. Very, very even. 48% to 52%. So, do you have anything to say going into this 5th period? 5th game, sorry, not period. He might not be here. He might have gone to the bathroom or something. Either way, this is tight. Very tight stuff. We're seeing both teams go back and forth. It is comeback after comeback. You know, FPA get on top, then Blister and the Game of Thrones get on top. You know, Boog receiver taking shots. It's all tying together for both teams at the moment. It might not be Pro League, but even still, this is a Pro League level intensity match right now. This is one of the most exciting games that I have seen in a very, very long time.
I know, it's been great.
Mate, the amount of times that it's gone back and forth between these two teams. You know, FPA were up at one point, Game of Throws. It just keeps bouncing back and forth. And there really is just no way to know what's going to happen here. There is none. Just you can't know. You just cannot know. Either way, while we're waiting for just some people to ready up in the lobby, we'll go ahead and take a look at the poll again. Even tighter now. FPA with 12 votes to win and Game of Throws with 10. I'm sure some people might have changed their minds going into that last game that we just saw there. And honestly, I completely understand. This is so interesting. Ovion right now, foreshadowing, this script has Game of Throws winning in OT Game 5. We'll see if your prediction comes true, mate. He's scripted it in, he's modified the code.
Yep,
Game of Throws.
I'll be investigating it. If he's called it from the beginning, I'll be having a word with him after this.
Yeah, he came through at, Game 2, with the moment that FPA had won, and he just came out saying, you know what, nah, Game of Throws, Game 3, OT, they win. Easy. Easy. Alright, still just waiting on some players to ready up here. Game of Throws seem to be mostly ready, and FPA just sitting around. I think they might, I'm not sure what's going on with FPA, to be honest, but we'll see. We'll see exactly what's going on in just a bit. Not ready. Probably looking around for internet or something. Maybe somebody's walked in. You know how it is. You know how it is.
Get out of my room, mum. I'm at a slap grand final.
Mate, that was what you've just said to me. Took me right back to draft grand final. I remember how cursed that was, mate. It was between Siamese Slappers and Bobby and the Backstick Bandits, right?
Yeah.
It was something like that. And then somebody had to leave in the middle of the last period.
Yeah, I remember hearing all about that.
Mate, that was a weird time.
Very strange. Thankfully, it wasn't a regular season thing. We could improvise for the draft, but if that was to happen here, it'd be a bit trickier, I think.
Yeah. Siamese Slappers. If I said something else other than Siamese, I don't know what I was talking about, mate. I'm locked in a room right now, doors closed, no windows open, and the heat is starting to get to me, but I reckon not as much as the heat's starting to get to these players who I think are readied up and ready to go, just waiting to press the button on start. Here it is, Blister has pressed the button. We're going, lads. This is the last game. Winner of Open League Season 11 for the OSL will be proved here. Right now, Tej with the puck going back down to Ballista, trying to retain some possession right off of the bat. You know, possession wins games, and in these games, it's been very close in possession. So one team's probably going to be looking to get a lead on that here. Or maybe not, maybe they're just going to be looking to capitalize off of mistakes. That's probably what's more likely to happen at the moment, to be honest. Tej coming away with this one. Sets up for Doot, who will be passing over to Ballista. Not able to get the finishing touch, though. Passes a bit too wide. Blister looking for goals. Not able to find it. Ends up with Jason at the moment. But Blister might get the takeaway. No, it'll end up with Boog again. Boog being a huge lad tonight. Absolutely phenomenal stuff in both offense and defense. Cavalli almost finding goals there with that shot off of a few rebounds, but, you know, it is what it is. Cavalli at the moment with the puck, running this one up the field, ends up with Blister, good takeaway, and Cavalli gets it back for FPA. Tries to take the shot there, a bit too wide, but it ends up with Doot and Boog receiver back down behind goals. Shot from Doot, sets up for Blister, and a finish by Tej! Game of Throws up a minute and 20 seconds into this period? Looking to try and get that early lead that Game of Throws is looking for so often. Blister right now with the puck. Not able to find the line there on that one either, but Doot might set it up for the rest of his team. No, not quite. Almost sat up in front of goals there for someone for Game of Throws to come crashing in, but it was just short. Right now, Tej back down behind goals for Game of Throws. Ends up with a clear. Dude actually does come up with this one. Trying to set it up for Blister. Not able to. Ends up with Tej. Tej trying to work his way around Cavalli. Looks like he'll have to pass back here. And it will end up going back. But I don't think Tej was trying to pass it. Either way, ends up with Blister going over to Doot. Not able to get the receive. Ends up with Jason going over to Boog. Again, not able to get the receive. Tej will get it. Going over to Blister. Still not quite able to get the receive. But does get the puck then. There's a lot of just missed receives there. A few passes just trying to keep that possession up. And it ends up in just overturns. But it's part of what keeps this game just so goddamn interesting. Right now, puck is in the end of FPA, throwing back down behind their goals where Cavalli will take it. He'll be running this one up the field looking for a pass to Jason maybe. But Dude will come away with the puck. Takes the shot. Not able to get it. Boog receiver with the save. Puck ends up with Tej going around over to Dude. Very quick game at the moment, making good use of the wide field. Blister opportunity. Opportunity again. Comes back to him. Sets up. Nobody there to take the puck, though, other than Jason for FPA, who goes for a clear. Game of Throws really just looking to try and just make use of all of the opportunities that they get when it, like, rebounds off of saves and whatnot. It keeps coming back to them, and they keep just taking these shots, but they need to start connecting those finishing touches now. And I'm sure that there's a bit of nerves in this. But they've been able to handle the nerves well up until now. Only difference now is, actually, that FPA will be feeling the exact same pressure that Game of Throws have, if not more, considering that they're actually down at the moment. Game of Throws up by 1. Make that 2! Dude! Good stuff! Just sits up in front of goals for him. Scores the point 2-0 at the moment. Game of Throws. Ophion might have just predicted this, a reverse sweep. But just keep in mind that he has been saying that it's in overtime that this win will happen. Cavalli runs this one up, trying to get a point, ends up going a little bit wide on the shot there. Pass over to Cavalli from Boog. Ends up with another pass, center maybe. Very delicate, it ends up with Blister. Not too sure where that one was meant to go, and Boog receiver, again, very delicate. The power on these shots and passes has started to wear down a little bit. I'm sure that they're just not expecting the puck to end up with them, but Boog receiver knows where this puck is now. It's with him. Can he get a pass off? Center over to Cavalli, but Dude has to come in and make a play at it. Ends up with Boog again. Another center, but just a little bit too far front of Cavalli there for the play to be made. 44 seconds left to go on the clock. FPA are down by 2. Make it 3 as the whole team gets credit for that one. Tej over to Duke. Lovely stuff. Everybody got in on that one there. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Game of Throws up by 3 right now. Puck ends up with Boog receiver looking for a pass over to Jason. Can they get a crash to the net? Yes, they can. Coming back with another full team goal as well. Mate, these players have been making use of their team. The passes and everything. FPA look to be working their way back into, funnily enough, a comeback after these last few games. With 20 seconds left to go, I'd say that might seal this period off, but keep in mind there's another 2. Never mind, Duke does get an opportunity, but it goes back down behind goals. Bit unfortunate, could have extended their lead there, but regardless, Game of Throws are still up in this match right now. 2 points exactly they're up by. FPA 1, Game of Throws 3. There are still 2 periods left in this one. FPA will be looking to, again, just try and finish some more on these opportunities that they've been getting. They've been looking to pass around to their teammates, which they've been doing a really good job of. But Game of Throws has just been there to do everything. Game of Throws, especially just with their defense, it's really coming in clutch now. As we were talking, they were statistically the better defending team going into this match. They had what? It was like a collective 20, 30 odd saves above the other team, above FPA.
Yeah, definitely. It was a lot different. So definitely looking like the more defensive team, but showing how good they are at attacking as well.
Yeah, at the moment, it is just a competition between 2 really offensive teams at the moment. Going into the second period now, we have Boog Receiver and Tej on the face-off. Puck seems to be going in favor of Game of Throws at the moment, getting some relatively clean possession right off of the face-off. But FPA do come in and try to make it a bit more difficult for Game of Throws. Right now, Boog Receiver opportunity hits posts! Oh, that could have been crucial for their comeback. Hopefully that won't come back and bite them in the arse too much, but we will see what happens. Boog Receiver going around back behind Game of Throws' goals. Puck ends up with Doot. Trying to get around Boog Receiver here. Ends up with Blister going for a clear, where Cavalli will end up with this one. Cavalli going around over to Boog Receiver, but Doot comes up with the puck. Lovely stuff. Doot takes the shot. I think that might have been a pass, but didn't hit its mark quite right. Does sit up in the middle of the field, though. Boog Receiver whiffs the receive a little bit, and it ends up with Cavalli right now. Cavalli goes for a very high-quality pass over to Jason, but a little bit too wide. Jason not able to get the clean possession that he desperately needs at the moment. And the puck ends up with a clear to Cavalli again. Cavalli seems to be getting a lot of that backplay possession at the moment. He's just in the right position at the right time to try and take it and capitalize on it, you know, start some plays here and there. Seems to really be where the offense starts with. Right now, puck ends up with Tej back down behind goals for Game of Throws. Brings it up, pass over to Duke, quick pass over to Blister, and ends up with Boog Receiver again with another clear. Duke and Cavalli contesting for this one. Who'll come up with it? Looks like Cavalli will! 2-3 in the second period. This is big stuff right now. This is big stuff. It just sits up lovely in front of goals for FPA there. Cavalli with a bit of a clear there. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be on goals or not, but, you know, these kinds of things happen sometimes. The shot just doesn't go the way you want it to. And with the scoreline at the moment, it's going to be a lot of pressure on them to get those plays right. You know, nobody expects them to get all of the plays right, but at the same time, you know, you've got to come through with those. Right now, Boog Receiver and Dut on the boards right now, trying to come along. Boog Receiver just forcing his way through. Ends up with Cavalli, trying to set this one back up into the middle, maybe get the shot off himself, can't find the angle, going for it again. Ends up with a clear from Game of Throws. Jason right now, oh, good save by Boog Receiver. Ho-ho, just barely keeping Game of Throws from extending their 1-point lead. Very impressive stuff. Boog Receiver's been huge, again. I know I've said it so many times throughout this matchup, but he has been superb tonight. He's really just, you know, let FPA get the wiggle room that they needed for comebacks, for points, for everything, even in the saves. And a very unlucky shot there by Blister, I believe. Came right off of the posts. But yeah, just Boog Receiver, he might not have the cleanest play at the moment, but he definitely is one of the most influential players on the field. Absolutely, it's undeniable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Tej's pass over to Doot, misses a little bit, and ends up with Cavalli going over to Jason. Jason could set this one up for Boog. Nearly. Boog still confident in himself though, trying to run it in again. Boog Receiver trying so hard to just give Jason a passing opportunity at the moment, and almost gets an intercept there as well, but not quite able to. Cavalli just looking for a pass over to Boog again. Sits up for him. Hits the posts. Boog Receiver. Nearly on that one. Dude looks like he's going to get to this puck first. Can he get some possession off of it, though? Doesn't quite look like he can. Ends up with Cavalli and Blister on the boards right now. Jason goes around over to Boog, but again, Boog not able to make the receive on that one. Tej over to Blister. Blister going forward. Dude not able to. Sits up in front of goals where Cavalli will be able to take it. Goes for a clear over to Tej. Seems like it was not intentional from the message he put in the chat there. And puck ends up with Blister. Blister looking to run this one down the field. No, goes for the pass and ends up straight with Boog. Over to Cavalli. Might have an opportunity to get this on to the rest of his team here. But no! Ends up in points for Game of Throws. Tej over to Blister, and Blister really just made that small difference in the angle there. Ever so slightly, Blister was able to just redirect that. And again, there's that little bit of luck that you see coming into the plays every now and then. Right now, Duke with the puck running this one up the field. Looks like that will be overturned over to Cavalli, where he will be looking for a passing opportunity. Over to Jason with 8 seconds left. This is probably FPA's last attacking opportunity. Boog receiver center. Jason just not ready to get it. Almost back to Boog again. And that will be the end of period 2. FPA 2 to Game of Throws 4. Now this is very, very exciting. This is insane. They are diving straight back in. They want to get this over with. Dude, at the moment with the puck going over to Blister, not able to find his mark though, but Blister comes in off of the backboards. Immediate points going into this. Game of Throws, 3 points up on FPA here. With 5 minutes to go, I mean, FPA, this is definitely a comeback moment. They can definitely come back. This is easy for, well, not easy, but it's possible. It's definitely, doable. It's doable. It's doable. But now for probably one of the only times in this game, FPA are facing the exact same pressure that Game of Throws were facing earlier in Game 2. Well, sorry, Game 3 and 4. Like, this is like make it or break it stuff right now.
Oh!
And Game of Throws are goddamn making it. Dude with the shot and Blister, the bump king, crowned by Duke there. I've got to admit, mate, Blister came in and just absolutely shoved the defense out of the way. It's a little bit of a bad manner there, but I mean, it works. And it was crazy stuff. Cavalli, lovely center. Mate, if Boog receiver was there, Tej will get... Oh, he won't get... Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like I said, like, the open goals are the hardest ones.
It's those open nets. It's those open nets.
Ones to face.
It might not be the most detrimental missed goal for Game of Throws at the moment, considering that they're 4 points up.
Hopefully that doesn't...
You know, okay.
Great finish. Blister's redeemed him.
Blister has made up for it. That's a perler as well. Top bins, mate.
Great shot.
Top bins.
This has been huge tonight.
5-point lead with 3 minutes 30 left in the match. Evian mightn't... He was right about the reverse sweep so far. But at the same time, not looking quite like an OT game at the moment. We'll see if his code kicks in soon, though. Cavalli looking to step around the defense for Game of Throws at the moment. Not able to. Has the puck still. Goes over to Boog receiver. Boog will be looking to take a shot here. Or a pass over to Jason. It's an absolute perler, but goes a bit too high for the receive. Cavalli going for a clear. Ends up with Duke trying to get the puck. And Boog going for a pass over to his boy in Cavalli. Cavalli going around to Boog again. Not able to make the receive happen. Ends up overturning over to Blister for some possession. Game of Throws being starved of that a little bit in the last minute or so. Cavalli over to Boog. Boog almost able to crash that one. It was a lovely setup, but, you know, Game of Throws coming in, really just downplaying the efforts that FPA are putting in right now.
Just all over them.
Game of Throws is massive right now. They might have thrown the first two, but these last three, they have really gone ahead and gone against their namesake at the moment. They are not throwing games. They are coming back. Dude, I thought that was it as well. I thought there was another point there for Game of Throws. But luckily that FPA were able to get back in defense there. That one would have been a little bit of a sad goal if Game of Throws had scored it. Puck ends up with Blister going over to Tej. Ends up with Cavalli. 2 minutes left in this match. 6 points. It's a miracle for a comeback here. If FPA do manage to, you know, pull it off. Highly doubt that it's going to happen. But, you know, who knows? Irvion's code could kick in. Irv's code. You know, he said it. He's predicting it. Puck ends up with Tej and Cavalli back in FPA's end of the field right now. Goes over to Blister in the center. Dude, wasn't too sure if he wanted to dive in on that one. Does end up coming up and harassing Boog receiver. Dude looking to step around Cavalli, getting around Jason maybe. Opportunity for him again. Can he crash the net? No, he can't. Boog receiver does get that one cleared out. Tej at the moment. With 1:20 left to go, FPA, very, very tight match at the moment. Well, not tight. What am I on about, mate? FPA with a very big comeback is what I meant to say. I was even worse now. It's just, this is it. That is the game pretty much.
I think so.
Game of Throws 9-2. They are putting icing on the cake. They are putting the nails in the casket. They are finishing this game the way that Game of Throws wants to finish this game. 50 seconds left on the clock. Cavalli trying to make some plays here. Mostly just playing for fun at this point. Doot going for a clear up over to Blister, where he will be looking for a pass back to the rest of his men. No, he won't.
Oh no.
Was that an own goal? I'm not sure.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know what happened there. It was an own goal. Oh, Cavalli.
So unlucky.
That seals the game there easily. The game was sealed a fair while ago, to be honest, but 30 seconds, 8 points, just simply not possible unless, you know, Game of Throws deliberately throw. Right now, Cavalli and Doot contesting for the puck back down behind goals. 20 seconds left. Shot still not on point for FPA. Players starting to slow down for FPA, knowing that that is the match over. 10 seconds left to go. Pass going around to Boog receiver. Ends up with Tej coming up with it. 5 seconds left. Can Game of Throws get another point? Doesn't look like it. And that will seal the game.
Wow.
Game of Throws coming through there in that last game. 10-2. What a game. What a game.
Oh!
Mate,
What a comeback.
Mate, Game of Throws, no. Game of Comebacks.
Game of comebacks. I'd like them. I like them to change their name for next season. They are no longer Game of Throws.
They did not throw, especially towards the end there. They were huge. Absolutely big. For Vecchi, yeah, we do get interviews, but before the interviews come through, we'll go ahead and just take a quick look at those statistics, just to go ahead and close off the review of the Open League performance tonight. So, obviously 10-2 goals, 50% to 40% goal score success rate, and very, very big early possession for Game of Throws. 12 face-offs to 2. Also making slightly better use with 38 to 42 passes. So, lovely stuff. Better use of the open field. And 5 to 20 shots. So, Game of Throws got a lot more opportunities there. Big stuff, big stuff. Saves, 10 to 3. FPA forced into, again, another defensive position where they've just had to, they've had the pressure put on them the entire time, that whole game, especially in terms of takeaways and possession. With Game of Throws dominating, 22 takeaways, 74% possession. It's hard to come back with statistics like that going against you.
Crazy stuff.
Oh wow, was the poll correct yet again? It was! 16 votes to Game of Throws, 15 votes to FPA. Only just. Very good stuff. Alright, hopefully we can get the... hopefully we can get... I don't know, who do we want to interview first? Game of Throws or FPA?
Well, Game of Throws is sitting in a voice channel right now. We'd have to ask FPA to get in there, so maybe talk to Game of Throws first.
Yeah. I don't think I have perms to drag them in out of their own private VC, so...
I will move you into there.
Actually, can you drag them in here, maybe? Because
do you want me to...
Yeah, because the stream setup's set up for the logos to be here. Yeah. Sweet. Welcome, lads. That was good stuff.
Wow.
That was the best series, holy shit.
Down.
Mate, it was very close to being lost in those first two games.
Yeah, we were just pretending, you know? We definitely weren't about to lose.
We were leading them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were torn.
We wanted to make it interesting, I
It
guess.
was so cocky, man.
Yeah, yeah,
We got the
mate,
shit whipped out of us in the first two.
mate, surely you change your name to Game of Comebacks, right? Surely.
maybe.
You've got to, because that was not a throw at all there.
First two
that was
were.
incredible.
We pulled it in.
Yeah, you really reeled it in. It was just a fantastic game. A fantastic game, mate. You came back a reverse sweep to win a grand final. That's crazy stuff. That is crazy
Awesome.
stuff. How were the nerves throughout like a lot of the match?
The first two were pretty nervous, but as soon as we put the Game of Thrones soundtrack on, we were settled. We're ready. we did our thing.
Gotcha. Game of Thrones soundtrack for the win.
Yes.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. All right, boys, congratulations. You lot have just won the Season 11 OSL Open League tournament. Open League, just league, yeah.
The league, the whole
Awesome.
league.
Yeah. Lovely,
We did it.
lovely stuff,
you.
lads.
Thank you.
Shout out to FPA for such a sick series as well.
Yeah, that was insane. That was like
Such a thrilling
that was
game.
awesome. A lot of emotions in that game.
Yeah.
yeah.
We got to get a recording of our comms or something. That was interesting.
I'd love to hear it. It'd be very, very intense at some point.
Yeah. You guys alright if I drag FPA in as well? Might as well just get everyone in.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Everyone in here.
Yeah.
Special word from Irvion.
Yo,
Yo, how are we, Irv?
congratulations on the win. I was rooting for the reverse sweep. I was on the edge of my seat. I was about to leave to get groceries, but I just couldn't. I had to watch it. Yeah, it was amazing. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Mate, what happened to the OT comeback? I thought you scripted it.
Okay. So I was rooting for the reverse sweep, but I was hoping for the OT because that always it's like the excitement is just too much, and an OT in the game 5, it's just crazy. But you know,
Yeah,
they won
thanks,
anyway.
man.
Just put the nail in the coffin in the last 2 minutes. That was insane. So yeah, congrats.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, let's go
Great.
ahead and bring in FPA here.
Dragon.
We'll get everybody in the VC.
Everyone.
Hopefully, there's not too many people. Oh yes, it just fits on stream. Welcome, FPA.
How's it going?
It's good. It's good, mate. It was a tight game and a very high quality performance that you put on.
Yeah. Congratulations, Game of Thrones. Well played.
Congrats, Game of
Thank you.
Thrones.
Thank you.
That was insane.
And
Yes.
bliss.
Mate,
I
Thank
think
you.
I'm gonna need to take a
Oh my
huge nap after that. That's
You tired?
Dude, I started getting so scared in Game 3. You guys were pulling out like play of the series contenders one after another. After we just gone 2 up, and I was like, holy. Oh.
Yeah, we were pretty scared.
My chair because it's got too much sweat in it. Holy shit.
Oh, we've got
It's
Irv in
intense.
there as well. Hello.
yeah, we
Yo.
do.
Yeah, fantastic performance from both teams. That was crazy.
Irving.
I was rooting for Game of Thrones because when I tuned in, they were kind of like being the underdogs. So I'm always going for the underdogs, but of course, like both teams have performed amazingly. So you should be proud of yourselves, guys.
Absolutely, mate. A performance that I don't think anybody tonight will forget in terms of OSL. It was back and forth the whole time, and it was like the perfect game to cast over. It was phenomenal.
We'll have to rewatch it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
we watched it live.
amazing.
Oh,
I got a
man, you
question
should've-
for you, Irv,
should've-
actually. Aros asks, what's on your grocery list?
Just a bunch of microwave meals, maybe, so I can just keep programming on the game. I guess.
After watching that game.
Oh, mate. Lovely stuff from everyone tonight. A seriously impressive series. Congratulations, Game of Throws. Came through right at the end. Game of clutches, game of wins, whatever you want to call them, they didn't throw.
yeah, you got an inaccurate name now. You need to change it for next season.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got some ideas.
Game of clutches. Holy crap.
Fantastic, gents.
Can I just shout out Mr. Cow Army and Spar for the fantastic casting on this? This is amazing. It's been it's been really nice to see. It was very exciting, very entertaining, and of course, an extra shout out for the Cow Army guy. He's been working a lot on the mod thing. It's really impressive. I don't even know how you did that. So that's amazing.
Thanks, man.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Yeah. Of course, to everybody that's come through to, like, from other regions as well, like EUSL and SPL and whatnot, there is an official Oceanic Slapshot League YouTube channel. I'm seeing people talk about it in the stream chat at the moment, where all VODs from this season, especially in finals, will be uploaded. So, yeah, if you want to rewatch this game here, go ahead, take a look there. And again, thank you very much, Irvion. The game's fantastic. You've done a brilliant job.
Thank you.
Everything's lovely. Everything's lovely. Mate, I'm sorry. I'm struggling to find words, dude. My brain is, like, overheating right now.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to just highlight Jason Wu voting for FPA 2 seconds ago in the stream.
Yeah. I still believe we can win,
Still hope.
guys.
I haven't voted yet. Maybe I'll just throw a cheeky
He's voting
vote
for
in
next season.
next season, yeah.
They're already on the grind. They're on the grind.
All right.
Jason intro. I want to see it.
Yeah. Mate, all right. With all that being said and done, I think I'm going to close off the stream now. Thank you to everybody for coming through, watching, for just coming in, and a great performance from both teams tonight.
Yes. Amazing.
Congratulations, lads.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you. Great stream, thank you.
Thanks, Cal.
No worries. Anytime, lad, anytime.
Bye.
But
See ya. Alright. And with that all being said and done, I shall now end the stream, lads. Thank you very much for coming through, and a special thanks to Spar here for coming in, being a lovely, fantastic special guest. Mate,
Thank you very much.
for like a first cast, you were good. You were pretty good.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Nah, come on. You gotta back yourself, mate. Huge special guest. If you look in chat right now, everybody loves you. Everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Love everyone.
Yeah.
Shout out to, who am I shouting out here? Shout out to Backy. Hello, Backy. I had to shout out Matty B Raps before. I don't think he's still watching, but shout out to all my OSL boys and girls. But yes, thank you very much, Cal. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. No worries, lad. And I'll see everybody, I guess, for the pro games. There's a few pro games coming up. So.
Yes, I think there's still 2 or 3 more to go. We've got a couple prelims and then obviously a grand final, which is going to be epic.
Exactly. Alright, with that being said and done, I will see everybody in the next one. Grassy Boy wants a shout out, so, there you go, lad. Shout out to Grassy Boy.
Shout out to Grassy Boy, yeah, can't forget him.
Can't forget him.
Absolute king.
Alright. Thank you everybody for coming through, watching, and I will see you all next time.
Thank you, goodbye.